place. This show is called John Edge and the Sports Heads.
Good evening, sports fans. Good evening, sports fans. We are on SoFloRadio.com. The name of the show, John Etch and the Sports Heads. Phone number 954-990-0036. Also on Facebook, John Etch and the Sports Heads. Make sure you guys go on Facebook and like us. And also follow us on Twitter, Etch and the Heads. Etch and the Heads. Gentlemen, good evening. A lot to get into, guys, especially into the NFL. What a game. The two rookies going at it this afternoon. Well, yeah, this afternoon at 1 o'clock. Mr. Tannehill versus Mr. Luck. And guess who came up on top? Mr. Luck. I know my man Joe Buck here. Next to me is dying to get on the mic, ready to grind the mic and just go off and just go crazy and spaz out and just say.
No.
Yes, you are.
I don't need to spaz out.
We're not spaz out, but, you know, I know you want to get into it. Also, we're going to get into some Heat basketball. The Heat start 2-1. Also, we want to get into the marathon that was supposed to be on. We'd be going today, right, guys? It was supposed to be on today, and they canceled it because of what happened in New York, the devastation, you know, Hurricane Sandy. I want to get into that. Also, I want to get into the hiring of Mike Redmond for the Marlins. And also later on at the end of the show, I want to get into this. This is a very important topic. And I want all the guys out there listening to the show right now, if you're over 40 years old, you shouldn't be joining any gym. Like, for example, you shouldn't be joining Bally's or LA Fitness, and I'm going to tell you guys why. So stay tuned to the show. But let's get into the NFL. The Marlins, the Dolphins and the Colts. And I want to get straight to Joe. Please, Joe, you ready?
What's that? What are we going to... Third guy's back.
Yeah, I know, third guy. But we'll get to him later.
It was fun to welcome the third guy to the...
See, that's why my dog, Joe.
Let everybody know third guy's here.
I took some notes down. I always take notes during the game.
What? Do you need to take notes? I think the performance on the field was enough said.
Notes.
You know, the first thing that came to mind when I was watching the game, guys, this team, your Colts, Joe, looks like the team, when I first came down from Chicago to Miami, looked like the early, or I would say maybe the late 80s, early 90s Dolphin team. And the reason why I say this, a great quarterback. Dolphins had Dan Marino. An okay running back, or okay running game. Mm-hmm. Would you say the Colts have an okay running game?
I'll give it an average.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay defense. Would you give that to the Colts?
Good pass rush. They got DBs are a little suspect and linebackers are, but I'd say the defensive line and pass rush is very good. So, yeah, probably a C.
But a great passing attack with Marino, with Clayton, with Duper. And look who Luck has with him. He has Wayne. He has the guy from FIU.
T.Y. Hilton, Donnie Avery.
And Donnie Avery. What a game he had today.
He was even without his tight end today, Kobe Fleener.
That's right. So it reminded me a lot of that old Dolphin team. And the notes I took down right from the start, Luck was unbelievable. He looked great rolling out, throwing the ball. Found all his receivers perfect stride. Just perfect passes to these guys. What else can I say? It was a pleasure. It felt great just watching somebody like Mr. Luck. Like I was saying earlier, Joe, this is the first time I get to see him on television because I don't have the package and all that stuff. I get to watch the home team, which is the Dolphins. But this was the first time I get to see Andrew Luck in action, and what a performance he put on.
Yeah, it was very good. Credit to the offensive line as well a little bit. They only allowed him to get sacked one time. Mm-hmm. The Colts were 13 for 19 on third downs. That's like, if I do my math right, 68% maybe. That's great. And the Dolphins are number one in the league against on third down. I think 25%, I believe it is, that the Dolphins allow third down.
That's right.
to completion. Well, like you said, it was just a pleasure to watch today. I mean, he came up with every throw he needed to, and you didn't see him scrambling as much. I mean, because like I said, the line gave him enough time, and then wherever he needed to very mobile quarterback, and he put every pass on the spot and didn't turn the ball over. I mean, what can you say? 433 passing yards. That's the most ever as a rookie. That's his fourth game over 300 yards. Ties the lead with none other than Peyton.
That's right.
So what a game! I mean, what can I say? Now they're 5-3, and I mean, who would have thought? At the beginning of the year, this game had playoff implications this early. Obviously, it's only the 8th game, 9th week of the season, but still, I mean, the Colts are like a 5 seed right now. I had them at 5-11 at the year, and they're 5-3 right now. So,
you remember that, Kyle, when Mr. Buck here had the Colts at 5-11?
Yes,
And
that's confirmed.
Look at them now; they're 5-3.
Look at them now.
Look at Luck, 30 for 48, 433 yards with 2 touchdowns.
Rookie record passing in a day.
Unbelievable.
Past Cam Newton from last year.
And did you know this stat? I'm sure, obviously, you know this stat. But Kyle, did you know that Mr. Luck has only thrown 2 interceptions the whole season
I
as
did
a
not
rookie?
know that. That's not
they
surprising.
were the
though.
first 2. Was it the first 2 games against the Bears?
Was it the first 2 games? I know he threw a pick 6 against the Bears, and I don't know where the
Can we put
other
the
interception came.
Andrew Luck comparison RG3 to bed now, please?
Oh, no, come
Can we
on.
stop talking about that? Andrew Luck, he's the real deal.
Oh, definitely. Like I said, going back, it was awesome just watching Mr. Luck, especially Joe when you thought that he was going to go down, and he would just like find an open man and just.
Yeah, there was like a 3rd and 6 where he was like a halfway sack down. He finds Reggie Wayne.
Exactly.
And what can I say about Reggie Wayne as well? I mean, my goodness, this guy could have went anywhere. He said, "I'm going to stay. I'm going to help the rebuilding process." Rebuild. I mean, they're 5-3. They're looking like a playoff team.
Can I say, as far as Andrew Luck went, though, I was watching today with my homie, my neighbor, came over to watch the game. We're watching it. I'm rewinding it, literally rewinding it. He takes a step. He spun a tackle. He's jumping over a guy, throwing it. Like, who does that look like? Looks like a young Peyton Manning.
That's right.
I mean, you got to be kidding me. This dude's the truth.
with a little more athletic ability?
No, like a more athletic Peyton
Yeah.
Manning. Like, he's the real deal. I'm thoroughly impressed.
You know what else I saw, gentlemen, was Dwight Freeney just abusing Jake Long. Yeah. Is Jake Long injured? Dolphin fans, please call us at 954-9990-0036. Did I say that right? 954-990-0036. Does anybody know what's wrong with Jake Long? What's wrong with him? He was just abused by
Maybe he
Mr.
just got
Freeney
outplayed.
today. Huh?
Maybe he just got outplayed.
Probably. And Freeney outplays a lot of. Jake
Can we
Long's
not use that as an excuse,
playing left
man?
tackle, just totally abused today. What were the stats on Mr. Freeney, Joe? If you could get to that.
But you get what I'm saying? No, it's like everyone claim, "Oh, I was hurt." If they get the game handed to them, "Oh, I was hurt. I was hurt." Oh,
Yeah.
come on, man, you just got beat.
Let's see. You said Luck's interception was only 2, I believe. I don't know.
I got that from the coverage.
I saw that on coverage too, and
Yeah.
I was like puzzled, but because he has way more than that.
Really?
Yeah, he's got 8.
8 interceptions.
Yeah.
Well, why in the coverage?
I saw that too. I don't know if that was. I wasn't listening, so I don't know. I just saw that it come up, so I'm not really sure what that was.
during the coverage. They said that Luck only has 2 interceptions this season. So,
Maybe that was like in the 4th quarter. Maybe that was the second half. I don't know, but he had 3 against Chicago.
okay.
1 against Jacksonville, 1 against Green Bay, 2 against the Jets, and 1 last week in Tennessee.
All right, going back to the Dolphins. Tannehill throws for 290 yards with 1 touchdown. Bush, 10 carries, 41 yards, and he also had a touchdown. Gentlemen, it looked in the beginning that the Dolphins were going to come up and probably win this game because it looked like in the beginning it looked like they were clicking on all cylinders. I don't know if you guys. Obviously, Joe was watching the game, and Kyle, did you watch the game also?
That was the only game on my TV.
Yeah. So, in a
I had
way,
no
it looked,
choice.
didn't it look like the Dolphins were going to come up and probably win this game? I even text Joe during the game. We were texting back and forth, saying the only way I think the Colts could probably win this game, doing the dink and dunk. But I was totally wrong. They went long every time, and that's the way I think the Colts won the game because they ran the ball pretty good, Joe. But I don't think the Colts won the game because of what because of the how many times they rushed the ball. But I think they won the game because the way that Mr. Luck threw the ball.
Also, a couple things that Vinatieri did miss 2 field goals as well.
Right.
T.Y. Hilton missed a touchdown pass in the end zone before the half. So this game was, could have been a little, obviously it was a close game. Could have been a little more, blowout. Not blowout, but, Indianapolis could have took it away in the fourth quarter if, all those things hit. But, that's part of the game. But, Freeney was in his, Freeney, Mathis, Jerry Hughes, just in
awesome
in Tannehill's grill all game. And, what can you say? The defense stepped up in the second half, held them to 3 points. The running game was almost non-existent except for that one, Reggie Bush play.
Right.
And what can I say? It was a beautiful, beautiful victory, and I'm looking forward to next Thursday night with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Is that a home game or that's
We're on the road.
You're on the road in Jacksonville.
Next 2 weeks are on the road.
And I heard you earlier before the broadcast started that you're kind of worried about that game.
Well, yeah, it's just a Thursday game, short week.
Mm-hmm.
But you'll see. And those Thursday games have been just really, really weird this year. So we'll see what happens. But another thing is, if anybody saw the cover, you saw Coach Pagano was there. He came in and did a pregame speech, and then they escorted him up to the owner's or coaching booth. Listeners, he was diagnosed with leukemia a couple weeks back, and he's been fighting chemotherapy. Chuck Strong. And then he came to the little post-game speech in the locker room, very emotional because he goes back for his second bout of chemotherapy tomorrow. So that was good to see him and good to see the Colts inspired by that and, come out with a victory just for him.
All right, so Dolphins lose 23-20 in an exciting game. Tannehill throws for 290, 1 touchdown. Bush rushed for 41 yards with 1 touchdown. Avery, 5 receptions with 108 yards with no touchdowns. And going back to the rushing game, there wasn't really a lot of, I would say, good plays running the ball, but both teams, the Colts kind of impressed me on their run defense, Joe. I didn't know they had such a, I wouldn't say really good, but, a decent run defense.
Yeah, that's usually been their, Achilles heel back, with most of the years. You could run the ball on the Colts and keep Peyton Manning off the field. So, like I said there, maybe they were just inspired by Coach. I don't know. They looked really good. Like, the first half was a little shaky. Obviously, the first 3 possessions, they were all scores, field goal, touchdown. But, second half, they something little fire, and they only, 3 points in the second half. And whenever the defense, or when they needed them to step up on that final drive where Dolphins were driving at midfield, there was a sack or a hurry of the passer, and then there was maybe a mistake on Dolphins, with the penalties. But, I was, very impressed with Indianapolis all-around play.
Kyle Jones, what did you get out of this game, since this was the only game you saw today?
I was impressed with both teams, to be honest. I was thoroughly impressed with Ryan Tannehill.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to lie. It's a hard job to be a quarterback in the NFL. It's hard. It's probably the toughest job in sports, to be honest. I was very impressed with both of them. They said starting the game with shock blew my mind that they would be 5 and 6 seed if the playoffs started today. You got to give them both credit for that. And I think the Dolphins still, I stand by what I said weeks ago. The Dolphins are the second best team in the AFC East.
Oh, definitely, I think. So
going on the move, I'm impressed.
Your Patriots are taking a rest this week.
Sitting at home, chilling.
And who they got next?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Buffalo. They play Buffalo.
We'll get back to you.
They play
somebody.
They play Buffalo.
Another notch in the belt is what they got.
All right, so the Dolphins go to 4-4. The Colts go 5-3. Like Kyle Jones says, the Dolphins are second place. Still,
they're still on track for the playoffs.
They're still on
maybe
track for the playoffs.
They got the rest of their schedule's pretty soft, man.
Looking at who they got, I think they got the Tennessee, don't they, Joe? At home, I believe. Where's my? I lost my folder.
Next week they got Tennessee. Yes, at home. Tennessee's at home.
I think you guys were using my folder for something.
It's gone now. I don't know. It's misplaced. We'll find it.
Okay, we'll find it.
So they play. They got Tennessee, then Buffalo, Seattle, New England, San Francisco, Jacksonville, Buffalo, and New England again.
Joe, what do you think about that when Sean Hill dropped that? He caught
Sean Smith.
Sean Smith. Why do I keep on saying Sean Hill?
That's awesome.
I said
That's
that
twice today. That's
we
cool.
were driving. I said Sean Hill. Sean Smith drops an INT.
That's funny.
Puts. If he would have caught that, it would put the Dolphins at
field
30.
Goal range, yep.
Yeah, definitely a field goal, maybe even a game, winning drive. But he for some reason it looked like he caught the ball, and then when he turned around, he just dropped it.
Yeah.
And Sean Smith been playing good.
How about that play they just showed behind us when he completely misplayed the touchdown that
Oh,
got thrown?
God.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
That was all on Sean Smith. They showed
Yeah.
him on the sideline getting
Yeah.
yelled at by, you see Al Harris? They hired him to be the
Al
quarterback's
Harris, yeah,
coach.
yeah.
He's on the sideline screaming at him like, man, what are you doing?
Sean Smith did not
wow.
have a good game.
You're not
today.
making strides as a cornerback if you're making plays like that.
Look at that.
I think the Dolphins defense, they're talking a lot about him. They gave up 516 yards offense today.
Yeah.
That's-
I know. I had him in
Can't do
fantasy.
that.
They did me dirty.
Can't do that.
So did you have Mr. Luck in your fantasy there?
Yeah, I did. On one of my leagues.
How many
yes.
points?
34.
Wow.
But Doug
Doug
Martin
football. I
was
don't
my
talk
man,
about that.
63.
63.
I got
you hear what he just said?
225 points this week in one of my leagues.
All right, when we
It's
come
unheard
back, let's recap. Is this week 9 of the NFL, gentlemen?
Yep.
Week 9 of the NFL. For information, again, please call 954-990-0036. Facebook, John Etch and the Sports Heads, and follow us on Twitter, Etch and the Heads. We are on SoFloRadio.com.
To reach the George Rodriguez Show, Skype us at 954-999-00036. Anywhere in the world. 954-990-0036.
When you're ready to actually lose weight safely and steadily while being monitored by a physician, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson is there for you. The family medicine practice was established by her father in 1956 and continues as a medical practice that now specializes in weight reduction. Dr. Kim Jacobson joined the practice 20 years ago as both a family medicine practitioner and weight loss specialist. The Weight Loss Clinic utilizes a combination of appetite suppression medication and vitamins to produce great results, usually 3 to 4 pounds per week for most patients. Now you can change your lifestyle while still enjoying your own food, just less of it. They offer a choice of 2, 3, or 4-week plans. So whether you just need to lose a few pounds or a lot, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson can help you. They're located at 5454 Northeast 4th Avenue in Miami, just 2 blocks west of 54th Street and Biscayne Boulevard. Call them at 305-751-0091. They'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions. That's 305-751-0091. Get started on a beautiful new body today with Dr. Kim Jacobson and the Weight Loss Clinic.
Put a team of professional consultants behind your home or business computer with Key Information Solutions, providing solutions to your internet and computing needs while keeping you on the cutting edge of technology. Preventative maintenance and networking support, hardware and custom-built computers. Let Key Information Solutions be your personal tech staff for your home or office with affordable hourly, monthly, or annual rates to fit anyone's budget. Call Key Information Solutions now. 954-973-3374. That's 954-973-3374. Or visit keyinformation.com.
CBC5 is the executive liaison for all your building compliance needs. Serving South Florida from the Palm Beaches to Key West, CBC5 delivers 5-star service that brings you
what's this ABC, BDQ, or whatever?
CBC5. It stands for Complete Building Compliance.
Oh, I ain't building nothing, so what can they do for me?
Well, they do more than plan review and permitting. They help the little guy cut through red tape.
I got duct tape holding together my carport.
Well, CBC5 can help. Let them deal with bureaucrats. They helped George Rodriguez solve a sewer lateral problem, and they saved him a ton of money and hassles.
By City Hall, who can do that?
CBC5 can do that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a commercial to finish. Contact Shoddy the Hottie at CBC5 786-255-3851 or log on to cbc5.net. That's cbc5.net.
By the Glass.
By the Glass is a show about beverage culture.
Brad Hubbard.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the dots on how everything works together. It's really all about how we enjoy things, how we enjoy life, and how beverages play a big part in that. I'm going to bring in people that are going to display their aspect of the culture. I'm going to bring in people that are going to show you different products. We're going to look at places where people go to consume these beverages and how they all interact. Things are built around the actual beverage itself.
By the Glass. Thursdays from 6 to 7. Only on SoFloRadio.com.
Here's Johnny
and the Sports Heads.
Still Snoop Dogg and D.I.
Guess who's back? All right, welcome back to the show. John Etch and the Sports Heads on SoFloRadio.com. Live and direct from the beautiful SoulFlowRadio.com studios here in Hollywood, Florida.
Heyo.
Producing the show, George Rodriguez,
Yo.
Kyle Jones,
Yes, sir.
Joe Buck.
I'm Ivan Bad when I'm producing shows. That's my producer name. I have a name for every occasion.
What is it?
Ivan Bad is my producer.
Ivan Bad?
My rapper name is Fatty Meats. My
Fatty Meats. I like that.
My road warrior name is Max Damage. I have a name for every occasion.
Let me write that down. Ivan Bad.
Right.
That's your producer
I'm
name.
Ivan Bad. This is a bad production. See, it's Ivan Bad.
So we in the house with Ivan Bad then.
That's
Big
right.
ups.
That's right.
Mr. Bad in the house.
Another bad show.
Joe Buck, how you doing?
How do you think I am?
This guy's ready to party.
I mean,
You get to wear the nice headset today. What?
Yeah, I got the pink headphones on today. Notre Dame three overtime victory, and the Colts pull off another one. So, and I got pink headphones. Like I don't know what can be any better.
They're
just
coveted.
moved in a new place.
Life is good.
Great.
Colts won. You got pink headphones on, man. Life is good.
Yeah, it's all about the pink headphones.
And I'm John Etch. Let's finish recapping
you
week
are.
9 of the NFL. Let's start with the Broncos and the Bengals, gentlemen. This is the game that I had in our bang for your bucks. The thing we put on Facebook. Joe went 2-1. I went 0-2.
Ouch.
That does not deserve of applause.
The opposite. If I had a
But
boo
I-
bag, you would get it.
I banged it out. I got 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1.
2-1.
So I had the Bengals. They were getting what? They were getting what? 4.
The Bengals were getting 4. You're looking good until Peyton put his fourth quarter shoes on and just said, "Hey, I'm going to work. You guys, see you later."
So the Broncos go into Cincinnati. They win 31-23. That puts the Broncos at 5-3, and puts the sorry Bengals at 3-5. Wow, they started out pretty good, gentlemen.
Sorry.
Didn't they start out pretty good?
Yeah,
People
I
were
think
talking about them.
was very favorable for him. Yeah.
I still say they're the best receiver in the league. Still.
They do.
AJ Green, yes.
Period.
But
So-
Peyton missed on 4 games in a row with 300 yards passing with 3 touchdown passes.
Amazing.
The record was 5 games by Steve Young. He missed it by 9 yards today. He
Wow,
had
he did.
291 and three touchdown passes.
That's right. He was 27 for 35, 291 yards, 3 touchdowns. McGahee rushed for 66 yards with 23 carries. Going to Cincinnati, Dalton threw for 299 yards, 1 touchdown. Green Ellis, 17 carries for 56 yards, 1 touchdown. And, man, I thought, I love that home underdog, Joe. But it looks like the Broncos are just too strong for the Bengals.
It's hard to bet against number 1-8 in whatever jersey he's on. So, yeah, and they got down. What was it, 2017? I think at one point where
Right.
the Bengals kind of picked them off, and but like I said, he goes to work in the fourth quarter, and look what happened. Finds a couple touchdown passes, and they win the game.
Next game, the Ravens going to Cleveland. And this was a game, it's a rivalry game, guys. Ravens going to Cleveland. They win 25-15. Flacco throws for 153 yards, 1 touchdown. Mr. Ray Rice rushes for 98 yards with 25 carries and 1 touchdown. And even though they lost Ray Lewis for the year, well, they didn't lose Ray Lewis for the year. Looks like he might come back. We don't know when he's going to come back. But, it's still an impressive win, in my opinion, gentlemen, because it's a rivalry game.
I wasn't impressed at all.
You
to be
weren't
honest.
impressed?
I wasn't impressed at
Okay.
all. I was actually the opposite of impressed with the Ravens. I don't think they're a threat in the AFC at all.
You're saying that because of the loss of Ray Lewis?
No, I'm saying that because they were down by 15-14. Regardless, they pulled it out, and I don't care. The fact they were down to Cleveland.
Yeah.
This is the worst
but
team in the league.
overall, you think the
besides
Ravens
Chiefs.
are on a team that's going up or going down? Overall.
On the total grand scale, down.
Okay. So, that's
It's not personal.
Baltimore, yeah, I mean, yeah.
You look at the balance of power in the AFC. You tell me who the top 3 teams. I doubt anyone is going to include Baltimore. In
No,
that conversation.
I would agree there.
Yeah, I wouldn't
especially
put him
after
in
all
top
the
three.
injuries.
I would put him in top 5.
No.
How about that?
Yeah.
I would put him in top 5.
Top 5 easily. But after all the injuries too, that kind of hurts them. But I think Houston's at the top of that division with Denver and New England number 2 and 2A, whatever.
You would put Denver in front of Pittsburgh?
Oh yeah,
I
they
put
beat
them both
them.
ahead of Baltimore.
They beat them. They beat Pittsburgh, so you have to. And they got Peyton Manning. Denver or Pittsburgh doesn't.
Yeah.
People don't realize Denver went to the playoffs last year with Tim Tebow.
Right.
Now,
Yeah,
they
let's
massively
let that settle in. Tim Tebow. They beat the Steelers to go to the divisional game against the Patriots.
They massively upgraded in the quarterback position. I
Okay.
mean, they won 10 games last year with Tim Tebow. They got Peyton Manning now, so
And that gives them, what, 3 more wins than they won.
Well, their
last year?
I don't know,
schedule's
man.
their
Payton's good
schedule's
for what 7 or 8 by himself, solid total by
Yeah.
himself, without any help at all.
Yeah, and their schedule was very dicey at the beginning of this year. Like, compared, last year down the stretch, Tim Tebow wasn't really playing anybody, and winning those games. But anyhow, they still won 10 games with Tim Tebow.
All right, next
now
game.
they got Peyton Manning. Hall of
Yeah.
Fame. I mean,
be real.
4-time MVP. Okay, yeah.
Our next game, Arizona goes into Green Bay, and they lose 31-17. That puts the Packers at 6-3, 4-1 at home. Impressive win, I would say. Even though the Cardinals are another team that people were going crazy for.
You
at
like
the
that,
beginning
right?
of the
Everybody was
season,
so
right?
hip to Arizona, so great. So yeah, all right.
So Rodgers throws for 218 yards, 4 touchdowns. Did you had him in your fantasy there?
Yeah, and one of my other leagues, yes, I did.
And Starks carries the ball 17 times for 61 yards. And Mr. Crabtree, 1 reception for 72 yards and a touchdown.
Isn't he a tricky little guy? Isn't he the one that caught that fake punt that one game? That ran to the house?
Yes, sir.
With long hair, right? Tom Crabtree?
Tom Crabtree.
Crafty little fella.
So, in your opinion, gentlemen, are the Packers and the Bears, who's the better team?
The Bears, by far.
By
it's actually
far.
scary. The performance the Bears put on today is terrifying. I'm not going to lie. I want to sit here and be quiet about it. I'm actually kind of nervous. If Jay Cutler stays healthy, they are a problem. All his little baby tactics aside, the Bears are a problem. They're going to be a problem to address starting this season immediately. I'd be hard-pressed. Who's going to beat them?
Defensively, okay. Offensively,
dude,
maybe.
Threw 3 touchdowns.
I'm a Bears fan.
To Brandon Marshall
I
today.
agree with you, but I'm just saying the Packers, in my opinion, have an all-around team.
But they don't have better defense.
Packers, or you got to realize Aaron Rodgers is filthy right now.
Yeah.
He didn't have Jordy Nelson or Greg Jennings. He's still just throwing touchdown passes to Old Man Driver, James Jones, Randall Cobb. Who else? Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Once Jordy Nelson and Greg Jennings come back.
But aren't you? I'm
see you
talking
later.
about for the long stretch, right? We said that
that's what
last
I'm
year about
saying.
the Giants, and somehow they plowed through the playoffs again due to what? Hard-nosed defense and offense that has the ability to match with you at any points, right? I mean, let's be real, right? I'm not going to say the offense was better than the Patriots, but somehow they pulled it out because the D just hit you. I mean, the Bears are scary.
Yeah,
I agree.
When he threw 3 touchdowns, they scored 51 points on only 3 offensive touchdowns. Or 4. That's crazy.
We'll get
I mean,
to
the D had what? 3 defensive touchdowns?
We'll get to the Bears.
That's
We'll get to the
terrifying.
Bears, right? Joe, Stevens Howling, a player that was on our waiver wire here. I was going to pick him up today, but can you give me
Stevens growling. What was it? I don't even. He's
Talking about
Stevens Howling.
LaRod
That's the name
Stevens
of-
Howling, yeah.
Yeah,
He's got like a law firm last name like Ben Jarvis Green Ellis.
Yeah.
Please information on this guy because I might pick him up. in my
Did he
fantasy.
ball out today? Is that what
I
you're
don't.
saying?
I don't know much about the kid.
Yeah.
They're down to like their 4th running back now, aren't they?
I was
They're
going to
without
pick him up
Beanie
too,
Wells. They had
Jay.
no Ryan Williams.
I blew it, man. What did he do today? I'm curious now. I didn't see that game.
17 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
Oh, I think I'll say like 4
He'll probably do a little better than Felix Jones. Felix Jones is the guy I picked up today. Frank Gore is on a bye, so I didn't have an extra running back. And I thank Joe for giving me a text at 6:30 in the morning saying, "Please fix your fantasy squad." Was it 6:30 because we had the time change? Was it 6:30 or
It was
Man, with the fantasy
it was
change,
early.
I had to work 9 hours last night because of the daylight savings time, man. I looked at 2 o'clock, all of a sudden it's 1 o'clock, and like, did I lose my mind?
Who knows texting
What's
me at
happening
6:30
here?
in the morning? And then I look at Joe Buck. Please fix your fantasy. You got 2 guys that are on
Wow,
a bye.
really?
Okay. And,
I was just
that's
trying
what I
to be
did.
I was being a nice guy.
What's that about? Where's my text for the heads up? I see what's going on here.
You're way ahead. You're way
Exactly.
ahead.
I see what's going on here.
All right, so the Cardinals lose 31-17. The next game, the Bears. Bears going to Tennessee. 51 points they throw up. They're 7-1. Titans go to 3-6.
It was ugly. It was
Bang for
borderline,
your,
borderline the
bang for your
worst.
buck pick.
The
Yes, sir.
worst beat down of the year of any team period this year, in my opinion.
51-20. And the Titans
Right? Can
were
we
playing
agree on
pretty-
that?
pretty
That
good
was the
ball.
worst one-sided game of period
Yeah.
of the season. Period. You look around, they're blocking the kick. Urlacher's getting a pick to the house. Like, really? Every time I turn back, it was another something crazy happened. It was like bang, 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 bang. And before you know it, it was over. It was terrible.
Cutler throws for 229
Wasn't it 51
yards.
to 7 at one point, or 10 or something like that? And they ended up scoring 2 touchdowns late to make it less of a blowout. I mean, they were beating them. That's
They
like the
scored
mercy
20
rule. You wave the flag, like I don't want to play anymore.
They scored. Yeah, they scored.
I mean,
20,
they beat them.
28 in the first quarter.
I'm sorry, that's
Lamont
terrifying.
was loving it.
That's terrifying. That's terrifying.
All right, so Cutler throws for 229 yards, 3 touchdowns. Forte rushes for 103 yards with 12 carries and 1 touchdown. Mr.
12
Brandon
carries
Marshall.
for 100 yards.
9 receptions, 122 yards, 3
You get what I'm saying?
touchdowns.
Whoa, I'm not saying the Titans nothing like to
3
be scared
touchdowns.
of, but you get what I'm saying? To be that efficient in any period of time in an NFL game is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Plus their D, I mean, this is the best team we've seen in since 2000 Ravens? I mean, they are playing at a lights out level.
Question that came up while I was listening coming over to the studio. The Dolphins losing Brandon Marshall. The guys that they have now, Hartline,
That's okay.
Devon
They picked up
Bess,
Jabbar Gaffney instead.
Jabbar Gaffney. Well, just put all those guys together. Compare him to Marshall. Do you think it's a fair
I'm
comparison?
saying those 3 receivers are not better than Brandon Marshall combined together.
So you say if the Dolphins did have Brandon Marshall, they will probably be a much better team, or they will be have the same record they have now.
Because Tannehill's not better than Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler is a beast. Jay Cutler is an official assassin marksman. I take it back. Everything he said, all that petulant little baby, punk little kid talk aside, he's
played
official.
The Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to overhype his game. I'm just saying you see him week to week, regardless, right? 7-1 is 7-1, right? No matter how you slice it, 7-1 is 7-1.
Yeah.
I mean, they have been dominant. I'm not trying to pretend what it's not. It's only half the season. If he gets hurt, it's lights out again. They could fall from the playoffs. When he's at full capacity, the Bears are terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. They have my full attention. They have my full attention. I'm not this interested in any team in the league that's not the Patriots.
But going back to the question, would Marshall make a difference with the Dolphins if he was still with the Dolphins?
I don't know. I don't know if Tannehill would be able
Would
to
they
operate
still
with him.
be?
They'd probably be the exact same record. I don't think he'd upgrade.
I agree with Joe.
Would they
I
still be
agree with
4? Well, they're 4-4 now.
I think they'd be
Would
the
they be
same.
4-4? Or they'll be a little better.
Maybe 5-3.
Maybe 5-3.
Maybe 3-5.
All right. Hasselbeck throws for 194 yards, 1 touchdown. And it looks like Tennessee right off the bat, like Joe was saying, the Bears scored 28 points in the first quarter, and it was a blowout right from the beginning of the game. Let's get to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm sorry, Carolina Panthers. They finally win the game. They're 2-6. They go into Washington, and speaking of RG3,
He said that like that was impressive. He said, "Now they're doing 6. They're doing just great." You know what I'm saying? That's good.
Third guy.
But this is Cam Newton. Okay, Joe Buck called it from the beginning. Sophomore slump, and it's coming.
Well, either way, sophomore slump.
pass.
He couldn't let the new Cam Newton beat Cam Newton.
Yeah.
We can get back to it if you want, but there was no way he's gonna lose that game. You know that, right? I
let's
forgot
get
they
back-
were playing today.
Let's get back to this game when we come back from break. SoFloRadio.com is the website. The number is 954-990-0036. Facebook, John Etch and the Sports Heads. And follow us on Twitter, Etch and the Heads. We are on SoFloRadio.com.
SoFloRadio.com. We rub you the right way.
Hi, Byron Eggers here. I want to tell you about my friends Lynn and Jeff of Embroid Me, located right here in Delray Beach at the southwest corner of Atlantic Avenue and Congress. Embroid Me is truly your one-stop for all your personalization needs. Lynn and Jeff are the guys that can show you how to get your company separated and noticed from your competitors. From embroidered and printed apparel for your staff to promotional products for special events and giveaways. They do it all. Lynn and Jeff have been making all my custom shirts and hats and giveaways for years, and you can't beat the price. Family reunions, birthdays, 1 shirt or 1,000, they can handle it. 100% satisfaction. Stop in and hang out in the showroom like I do. For all your custom apparel needs and specialty gifts, it's Embroid Me. Call them. Tell them Byron sent you. 561-279-0953. That's 561-279-0953. Embroid Me.
Strawberry patches, smoothie. Come
Get your hands off me.
Huh?
I said don't touch me.
I shouldn't have went to that party last night. Now I'm seeing talking fruit.
You're not dreaming, Bubba, and you're not putting me in that blender.
But you're just a fruit.
Who you calling a fruit?
You are. You're a delicious passion fruit.
Why, sure, I'm passionate. How would you like to be blended, huh? I got right, you know.
Customers waiting. You gotta go.
Yeah, but wait, you can...
At Power Smoothie in Aventura, we show fruit no mercy. Always fresh, always delicious. To make the best smoothies and wraps on earth, try our new cilantro lime-alicious wrap or our hot chipotle chicken. Power Smoothie in Aventura, located just north of the Aventura Mall in the Promenade Shops. Or call 305-792-5338. Open 7 days a week.
Broadcast radio production, sound design, audio, talk shows, commercials, trailers, voiceovers, webcasting, and engineering, music. Learn how for a lot less than $10,000. Send a text to 954-803-9717. That's 954-803-9717.
It's post time. Join JJ and me, Sam, every weekday evening from 4 to 6 to talk horses. Listen live on SoFloRadio.com or listen at your convenience via iTunes or JoltNation.com. Now more than ever, this ongoing conversation regarding the future of horse racing is vital to horsemen and the horses they care for. So tune in and join the conversation. Call in, email, or even tweet. We're also on Facebook. Help bring our sport to the level it deserves to be on. It's post time with JJ Gracie on SoFloRadio.com.
All you guys do is watch sports. You guys need to go to rehab.
Mike is on. Joe cracked the dawn.
All right, welcome back to the show. John Etch and the Sports Heads on SoFloRadio.com. Going back to, yes, sir. Going back to Cam Newton, guys. 13 for 23, 201 yards, 1 touchdown. Finally wins. Was it the Panthers? Did they win their first? Was it the first game that they won? Joe, what game was that they won? They were one.
They beat New Orleans.
Was that the first game?
Second
of the
season.
Second. Okay, so now they win today, and they're 2-6. They beat the Redskins.
Yay!
And it looks like Mr. Bob Griffin III.
Yeah, that's funny. He got demoted to Bob, right?
He's
I
back
like
to
that.
Bob.
Now he's BG3.
215 yards, no touchdowns today. Didn't see the game, but hearing, watching ESPN and watching the highlights, didn't look like he had a good game. But they lose, and they're 3-6 their record's 3-6, and they're 1-3 at home. Wow.
Yeah, it's all hyped up about the Cam Newton last year's number one pick, and then RG3 number 2 this year. The running different style quarterbacks. One they run. It was.
Hey, if the season ended today, if it ended 2 weeks ago, he would have been MVP of the season, right? Too bad we played 16 games.
Yeah. No, after the first game, he was the
You know what I
MVP,
mean?
yeah.
He was the star of the show. He's so great. He's way better than Cam Newton.
I wonder if Mike
7
Wilbon
weeks later.
still agrees with his analysis of Bob Griffin III.
And Cam Newton hears all this. Like, you don't think he's stupid. He's not he isn't living in the cave. Like, obviously, he hears what you're saying about Robert Griffin. Like, man, are you kidding me? I paved the way for this, and I'm going to show him what's what. And he handed it to him today. You got a long way to go, young sir. That's why the Rookie of the Year is not even a question. Right now, it's over.
Yeah.
There's, 7 weeks to go? It's over. It's already in the bag for Andrew Luck.
But do you think Cam's a good quarterback?
Yes.
He's
yes.
He's a big boy. Yeah, I think he's just got a mental problem.
Yeah, his biggest problem is himself. His biggest problem is his own self.
Does he have enough help around him?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Steve Smith is great.
Greg Olson's a beast. Man, he got weapons. Plus, he has 2 of the best running backs in the league. If they were smart, they would have traded D'Angelo Williams, kept Jonathan Stewart, and got another receiver.
I still think they need a
They got way bigger problems than Cam Newton.
Coached, lean the team. Ron Rivera, ex-Bear. He's more of a defensive coach. I don't know. That's just what I think. But they lose. Well, they win 21-13. The next game.
Their critical pieces can't stay healthy. They got John Beason's on
You're
the
right.
shelf again the rest of the season, man.
You're
That's
right.
not Cam Newton's fault.
Detroit Lions go into Jacksonville. They win 31-14. That puts the Lions at 4-4 and leaves the Jaguars at 1-7.
Dude, that was pretty bad too. That was kind of lopsided. That wasn't fair.
Are the Jaguars the worst team in the league?
No.
Who is it?
The Chiefs are the worst team by far. By far.
I don't
by
know.
Far.
I wouldn't say
they're
by
terrible.
far. They're both terrible.
They won one game in overtime with a lucky kick. They haven't led in regulation yet.
That is,
I mean, you
They're
know what I
both
said?
terrible.
They have not led in regulation yet. They have been losing from start to finish. They somehow got lucky and tied a game. I don't even know who they beat. I can't remember, but they should be ashamed of themselves.
They beat the
It was the Saints. The Saints are ashamed of themselves. We just said the 2 worst teams in the league, and they both beat the Saints. So the Saints are pretty bad, but I say the Chiefs by far. And if it's not the Chiefs, it's the Browns, because the Browns are terrible.
Stafford throws for 285 yards. Gabbard throws for 220 with 2 touchdowns.
What's up with this guy? This draft pick, Blackman.
Yeah, what happened to
That
him?
worked out great, didn't it? See
We
how
haven't talked about him at all.
Yeah, that's
during
the
our
point.
shows, Joe.
Justin Blackman, no.
He's getting accused of loafing. That's the worst thing you can call an NFL player.
Really?
You can't shake that stigma. They're saying he's not practicing hard. He's not doing his thing.
Wow.
That's the worst. That you get the Chad Johnson. You can't shake that.
And as a rookie too.
That's tough. I mean, you can't really talk about you're loafing.
All right, next game, Buffalo Bills go into the Houston Texans. Wow, 21-9. Texans, agree or disagree, gentlemen? Are they the best team in the NFC? I know Kyle Jones is going to disagree,
In
but
the AFC, no, I won't. I'll say yes. You're saying I'm gonna say they're better than you would say Patriots are better?
Yeah.
No. They have the best D in the league by far.
Right now,
They're
Houston
terrifying.
is.
I honestly, they scare me like Chicago's up on their level. I'm telling you, I'm on the Bears. Like right
Yeah,
now,
I'm with you. I just don't trust Schaub as much as I do
Jay Cutler,
Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, I mean
And the
quarterback wise,
AFC.
but I mean their D is they're fierce. They're tough. I'm not saying Buffalo's a good team, but again, you look at what their record is at this point in the season, they're tough.
Yeah,
It speaks for itself.
Yeah, and right now they probably have the defensive player of the year. I would say J.J. Watt.
J.J. Watt is an
Definitely.
animal.
That guy
Animal.
is-
The milkman. That's just service, huh?
Dude,
I mean,
he's
jeez.
and he's got the eye black with the little design. I don't even know what it is, but he just looks nasty.
look at these stats, gentlemen. 19 for 27 for Schaub for 268 yards, 2 touchdowns. Arian Foster rushes for 111 yards, 24 carries, 1 TD. And Andre Johnson, 8 receptions for 118 yards.
I mean, listen to what you're saying. They probably have the D player of the year.
Yeah.
Probably the number 3 or 2 receiver in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And undoubtedly, at this point, the best running back in the league. It's not a question, right? Can we all agree with that? Who's better than Arian Foster? I have my doubts. I have reservations. I don't want to say that, but at
In the
this
AFC
point,
or the
no,
whole-
period.
period.
Who's better than him?
Who would you say, Joe?
Give me somebody, please.
Trying to
I'll
think
wait.
from the top of my head here.
Oh, I would say right now. I mean, Adrian Peterson's obviously up there as well. But Arian Foster, yes. I mean, I'm with you. I think he's.
I don't want to
he's
admit
really
that.
good.
I had to hold my reservations on this guy. I mean, I'm sold. I can't front. I mean, you have the ability of moving the ball and that much terror in one guy. Do you know what that does for your offense? That changes everything. Makes Matt Schwab looking
Matt Schwab.
Matt Schwab looking. It makes him look
Schwab.
incredible. It makes 19 for 27 because he can be efficient because they have to throw that much because they have the ability to run the ball so well. Let him throw 50 passes. See how many completions he makes.
Anything else, gentlemen, before we go to the next game? I guess that means no. Buccaneers go into Oakland, and they win 42-32. This is another game I had. I had Oakland. Come on, you're at home. What was the point?
Why
spread,
would you
Joe?
do that?
I love the home underdog, Kyle. I love the home underdog.
Oh, that teaches you not to do
a
that.
point and a half.
A point and a half. And I would think, Tampa Bay going into Oakland. Come on.
This game is why I hate fantasy football. Are you kidding me?
Why is that?
Doug Martin. Was that 3 syllables? Are you
251
kidding
4
me?
touchdowns.
Lord have mercy.
Unbelievable.
Well, he's had breakout games the past 2 weeks. I mean, last week he had like 170 yards as well, 3 touchdowns. So
I know that stat, man.
How many
Thank
points
you,
did he have for you in your fantasy?
63.
Too much.
He carries the ball 25 times, 251 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Read off those touchdown runs. Do you have them on there?
I don't.
It was like a 70-yard run, a 46-yard run, a 1-yard run, and like a 50.
I'd like to know who was the last player for 4 touchdowns. Probably
The last they showed a stat on there, and I didn't see who it was. He said he's one of 4 guys that's ran for over 250 yards and 4 touchdowns.
What's the? Oh man, I remember today. I was drumming up. I was short. The guy before LT. Who was that? Priest Holmes. He was on the list, right?
Priest Holmes.
Priest Holmes was a monster. I was trying to remember who was the guy prior to Ladainius Tomlinson that was setting all the records.
I think Jamal Lewis did it too.
You're probably right. Maybe Corey Dillon.
Corey Dillon.
Priest Holmes is a beast.
Priest Holmes was like the
Scary.
old LT, right? I remember. I forgot about.
What was that dance he used to do when he used to go into the end zone? He used to do some type of crazy dance. But look at Palmer, guys. 39 for 61. Throws for 414 yards.
Throwing that many passes.
4 touchdowns. And what did Luck throw for today?
Luck had 433.
430. I thought it was going to be okay. So he got him by a couple yards. But the Raiders, they're 3-5.
Womp womp.
Last
man.
time
who cares?
Last time I picked them to win a game. Let's get into the other game.
That division is
Vikings
a disaster, man.
going to the Seahawks, and this is a team. Joe got me up on the Seahawks defense, and I picked them up in the fan. I don't know if you saw that, but they win 30-20. They beat Minnesota. Mr. Wilson throws for 173 yards, 3 touchdowns. Lynch rushes for 124 yards with 26 carries and 1 touchdown.
He's pretty good. He's probably top 5 running backs.
And I think last week, you were here last week, Kyle, but we talked about the Seahawks, Joe, and I asked Joe, being our stat man, are the Seahawks for real? And he said the Seahawks are for real.
Aren't they a mysterious team, right?
They are, but that's a tough place to play up there, So, I mean, if they get, their games at home, most of them, if they get one playoff game at home like they did, was it 2 years ago when they ran
beat the
Saints?
So you
And
think
their
they're
defense is-
playoffs right now? You think they're the playoff bound?
Well, it's tough in the NFC. I mean, they would be like the 6th seed, I think, because let's think. You got the Giants, Bears, Packers,
Niners.
49ers, and then the Falcons. There's 5 teams right there that are for sure in the playoffs. And then you got Seattle, Detroit, and then you got
a
like
lot of teams
these,
on the cusp, right? Yeah.
So, but I mean, Seattle's defense is for real. Marshawn Lynch is an absolute beast, and you just got to question the rookie quarterback. But I mean, he looked pretty good today. I mean, 3 touchdowns, 2 to Golden Tate.
I like that kid. I can't front. I like Russell Wilson.
Do you like
the undersized quarterback,
Russell?
That doesn't sound kind of cool, right? Russell.
All right, so let's get to the other game. Steelers going to the. Didn't the Steelers arrive this morning? That was the whole ordeal.
Yeah, it was like breaking news on ESPN.
Yeah.
The Steelers flight has landed in New Jersey. I was like, okay, cool.
As you guys know, what happened up there in the Northeast, Hurricane Sandy just leveled.
It went and kicked ass.
New
man.
York
I mean,
City.
That's tough. I'm not not even no jokes. I mean, it was serious business.
So Pittsburgh, they couldn't come in. How many days ahead of time do they come in?
They come in on
Does
Friday.
an away
usually.
team come into a home team?
Friday, Thursday, Friday, right?
They come 2 or 3 days.
They get there, so they get a hotel. They couldn't find a hotel.
So the Steelers couldn't find a hotel.
They're all blacked out, right?
Yeah. Or booked up from.
So that's probably the performance of the week, right? To be honest, they came in on Sunday morning and came in and proceeded to whoop the Giants. I mean, not whoop them, but they came from behind and got that W. That's pretty impressive.
So what do they do when the away team comes? Don't they have like a walkthrough in the morning?
They have a day to acclimate to their surroundings. They do a Saturday walkthrough. I know that for a fact.
Mhm.
And that's it. And then Sunday they go and they have a curfew and they call it a night and they come out on Sunday.
So the Steelers don't do any of that. They come in this morning, going to. Is it called the Meadowlands still? Their stadium?
MetLife Stadium.
MetLife Stadium, okay. And they beat the Giants 24-20.
fancy.
Roethlisberger throws for 216 yards with 2 touchdowns. Redmond, we were watching an awesome run that he had here when we got to the studios. He had 26 carries for 147 yards, 1 touchdown. Wallace, 3 receptions for 66 yards and 1 touchdown. And didn't see the whole game, gentlemen, but the Giants, this time they didn't pull one out. So,
Giants, they don't play good at home. They play better on the road. That's just a true fact, and they just didn't get it done at home tonight.
I'll tell you what, in the NFCS titles, they took a big step back today, to be honest. They should have had that game in hand. Pittsburgh had a crazy disadvantage. For them to pull that game out says a lot about the Steelers, but a lot about the Giants.
All right, the Thursday game was the Chiefs and the Chargers. The Chargers win 31-13, and I don't see any impressive stats. So we're not even going to get to this game.
But the shout to Mr. Bad on the mic. I like this was playing right now. To Mr. Bad.
Ivan Bad.
Oh yeah, some modern alternative rock here.
All right, so the Chargers on Thursday, they win 31-13. When we come back, talk a little bit NBA, talk about why KG didn't want to shake Ray Allen's hand.
Benedict Allen.
All right, when we come back, we're on SoFloRadio.com.
SoFloRadio.com. Radio's dirty little secret.
Social media marketing. You know your business needs it. Mouse Media's talented team can cover a wide array of services and will work one-on-one to help you achieve your business goals. Looking for a web marketer, a social media guru, web designer, developer, programmer, or graphic designer? Yep, they got it. Visit them at mousemedia.us.
That's mousemedia.us.
Or follow Mouse Media on Twitter and on Facebook.
Mousemedia.us.
Looking for a really great home to rent or buy? Rent One, Sale One Realty with 14 offices throughout South Florida can find you the place you want to call home. A full-service real estate company, Rent One, Sale One has access to everything that is for sale or rent in South Florida, and their more than 300 associates are ready to help you find the best prices and the easiest transactions for you. Give Rent One, Sale One Realty a call at 877-471-7620 or visit their website at www.r1s1.com.
The Mobile Depot, your store for everything mobile and more. Offering clear wireless internet, unlimited 4G for only $50 per month. No contract, no credit, completely unlimited for home or on the go. Also offering simple mobile cell service with unlimited talk, text, and web for only $40 per month. The Mobile Depot. The no contract specialist. Look for the green building on US 1, 1 block north of Sheridan Street, Dania Beach. Stop in or call 954-281-5099. The Mobile Depot.
I am the voice of terrestrial radio. Internet radio will not succeed. You will continue listening to sports, right-wing talk, and mayonnaise FM. If you disobey, we will punish you with more right-wing talk, sports, and mayonnaise FM. We are corporate, ergo, we are never wrong. Listen and obey. Listen and obey.
Shut it down, evil foe, for I am SoFloRadio.com, and I'm here to give back what people want to hear. A variety of entertainment, fresh music, comedy, and different points of view.
I own you.
Oh, your fart-radiating suit and tie don't frighten me, old chum. Behold the power of SoFloRadio.com.
My balls are falling off.
You only had one, my evil friend. There. Now you'll have to squat to pee.
SoFloRadio.com. Castrating terrestrial radio. One ball at a time.
Let's get back to the sports. John Etch and the sports heads.
Remix! Yo, show your respect whenever you hit me.
Welcome back to the show. John Etch and the sports heads on SoFloRadio.com. Live update. Looks like Dallas is winning 3-0. Was it the first quarter or second quarter?
3-3. 3-3.
3-3. I'm sorry.
Lennon just kicked the field goal.
Oh, okay. So they're tied 3-3 in the first quarter. Also, tomorrow's game, Philly is at New Orleans. The Eagles are playing the Saints tomorrow. Monday Night Football. Before we get to the NBA, I want to get to this, guys. You know, the marathon being canceled, I think was the right decision after, you know, what went on in the Northeast, and we've been touching on this throughout the show. You know, I was reading an article, and it looked like they were going to use 50 generators, 50 plus generators to get this marathon going. And wouldn't you think that these generators should be used for other purposes?
Right. How was that a good idea in the first place? I mean,
Yeah.
I respect.
Well,
them canceling it.
Bloomberg wanted to get the marathon going. He thought,
Of course he did.
Let me quote Mr. Bloomberg.
Where's
here. He
Giuliani when you need him, man?
He said, saying it would give the storm ravaged city something to cheer about. This is Mr. Bloomberg, the mayor of New York City, saying this. And
That's dumb.
I think I would want the generators at the local gas station where people are just killing each other for gas.
You see the dude pull the gun?
Yeah.
Like, man.
or a generator at somebody's home that has lost power, and we don't even know how long. You know, well, it looks like I think 80% of New York City the power has come back, but I just come on. I think people's lives are more important than running this.
Well, then
this marathon.
You also have all these people coming in for the marathon, the run, taking up hotel rooms, to where some of these people that don't have houses or power or their houses are flooded,
exactly,
such can't even go get a hotel room.
Did I hear 40,000 people descended on New York City for that marathon? Is that correct?
That's could be a good number.
Isn't that
Sounds
crazy?
right.
I mean, to cancel that is bad for them, but I mean, you run, Yay.
Yay.
The
Picked up this-
Brooklyn canceled their season opener and they play basketball and they physical contact. I mean, really?
They're gonna yog.
All right, before we get into
yogging with a soft J.
Before we get into the NBA,
That's funny to
and this has something to do with the NBA because this broke out in a local radio show here in Miami, where Dwayne Wade tweeting on his Twitter account complaining about the traffic in New York. And this didn't even come out in the papers. This came out in a local, radio show here in Miami. So he gets killed for it, and
they cleared everything up, though, didn't he? I mean,
yeah, they cleared it up, but they suspended his Twitter account So because of these stupid comments that he made, complaining about the traffic in New York City, that it's taking too long to get to the.
That's not Dwayne Wade's
to
fault,
the arena.
man. This is like idiots with microphones. It's like a personal diary you spill on the internet to everybody that can listen. I mean, there's people literally typing what they think. You know, I'm mad. They screwed me in line on my account. I'm going to go in there and yell at them. Like, that just sounds dumb, but you don't have time to edit what you're saying because you post it live. Once you've already posted, it's too late. You can delete it.
Right.
But somebody saw it. Somebody is sitting there watching what they're saying, like, oh my God, he said that. I'm going to report it and I'm going to cause a story break. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, it's too late. Like that. It's just literally, it's like no outlet, right? Is that no outlet? No siphon on your thoughts.
Right.
It's like your thoughts to the computer, the whole world sees them.
Did you hear Jay Billis? He got in trouble for tweeting. He likes to tweet like rap songs.
Does he?
And he tweeted.
Are you talking about the basketball, the NCAA dude?
Jay Billis from Duke.
That's funny.
He tweeted. Well, I guess he copy and pastes his tweets. So he copy and pastes a rap song with some profanity in it, and he got in trouble
missed
for
this
it too.
completely.
So whatever.
That's funny to me.
You ever tweeted something out, George, that you said like, "Wow"?
No.
DJ Bad,
no,
buddy.
No. I tweet stuff out about shows and stuff. All the Facebook stuff is what I do.
Yeah.
But I've posted some stupid things on Facebook that I had to take off there right away.
Like a naked picture of yourself?
No, just something pissy, and then I was like, that ain't me. Let me take that off of there.
All right, let's get back to the NBA. I guess we start with the world champion Miami Heat. They start out the season 2-1. And they started the night. Tuesday night was their first game. They got their rings. They raised the banner. They beat your Boston Celtics, Kyle.
Right.
120
Yep.
to 107. These are high-scoring games. Look at these games. 120 to 107. And then on Friday they lose 104 to 84. They get blown out by the Knicks. And then last night they beat the Nuggets 119 to 116. So is it just a little rust, I think, defensively? The Heat are known to be probably the best defensive team in the league. Giving up 100 points to the Celtics, giving up 100 points to the Nuggets.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
I just wanted the
I would say
best defensive team in the league.
I would say the Heat are probably top 5 defensive team in the league.
God, I hate them so much. Big up LeBron, though. You my dog. Yeah, no doubt.
All right, let's get back to the Heat and the Celtics. Tuesday night, they win 120-107. Aside from the game, KG, snubs his former teammate Ray Allen. Ray Allen goes over to the
why
bench.
You gotta use? I don't like that snub. I don't like that.
Well, I'm just going what it's in the paper.
The paper's bogus, man. What is that? The Miami paper?
That's the Miami Herald.
Of course it is.
So Ray Allen goes over, tries to shake Kevin Garnett's hand, or he tries to tap him.
He
like
reached around the other coach and tapped him on the shoulder. I feel KG. I'm gonna tilt my head. That's the most unmanly thing you could do, man.
Why didn't he do it on the court?
Why didn't you take care of that somewhere else? You're just doing it for the camera. Like you're a buster. Like for real, Ray. Grow a pair, man. Come on, man. This is not like vagina monologues. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be serious. We're grown men here. Let's be real. No, seriously. He tapped around the coach.
Yeah.
He didn't have the wherewithal, the manliness in himself to step in front of KG's face. I feel Kevin. That's a buster move right there. You gonna reach around me like that's Benedict Allen? Like you're Fredo to the family, man. That's terrible. You're like Fredo, man. That's terrible. I gotta take you on the boat and shoot you in the head. It's bad news, man.
In the blurb that we have in our show box on SoFloRadio.com, it says that Kyle Jones sometimes goes on these crazy rants, and that's what's happening right now. So,
you say that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Hey, DJ Bad feels me.
DJ Bad.
He feels me for real, man. It's unacceptable. No, you know what though?
What about Rondo's clothesline on D Wade?
Who cares, dude? He had to get clothesline right there. He had to get clothesline. We're not punks. We're not going over like that. Yeah, you beat us. You're going to feel this, right? D Wade was all upset after the game. I know that hurt. He wouldn't complain if it didn't hurt, right? His throat hurt a little bit.
He wanted to throw the ball at him.
His throat hurt a little bit. You got hurt. You got clothesline D Wade. But listen, really, I'm not going to sit there and be angry about the Heat. They have the best player in sports.
Yes, sir.
Not basketball. The best athlete in baseball, basketball, football, hockey, soccer. Name a sport, he's the best athlete. He is the best athlete I've seen in my entire life. I'll go that far. I was a LeBron bastard. I was like the best player never to do nothing. He got a ring. He is the best player I've ever seen. He's like a more athletic Magic Johnson. I compare him to Magic. That type of hybrid point guard. He's a disaster. I mean, he's a monster. He will destroy you. So the Heat fans better pray to the god of basketball that LeBron does not get hurt. They're not a 40-win team. I mean, he's good for the Bobcats. I bet you he would win 50 games on the Bobcats right now. Put him on the Bobcats as established. They'll get 50 wins and make an 8th, 7th seed in the playoffs. He's that sick. I mean, he's incredible. Do you see the game, the Tuesday? It was like a coronation of LeBron. The commercial, like, oh, I want to be LeBron when I grow up. The little kids. It was disgusting.
The
It's like, this is the
Samsung
second
commercials.
coming of maybe, Sir Michael Jordan. I'm not going to go that far, but I'm just saying it was incredible. He left the game in the fourth quarter, right? He's had the whole fourth quarter. They're up 18, 19 points, crushing us. I'm at my boy's house, like, oh yeah, we're gonna, good game, giving them, high five, whatever. Like, y'all better than us. It gets to 11, then 7, then 4.
Yeah.
No LeBron in sight. I know my boy. He won't admit it. I know he was panicking. Like, we might cough it up. They ended up beating us by a large margin because we ran out of gas.
Right.
But the point is, without LeBron, there is no future. There is no direction. So I don't want to witness. I'm not wishing him an injury if he continues to stay
It looks
healthy.
like you are
No, I'm
wishing.
not saying that. If he stays healthy, they're probably going to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat. He's the best player I've ever seen in my entire life, physically, like talented wise. So nothing but the best to him. But they better pray nothing happens because they are in trouble. Say he bolts in 2 years when his contract's up.
Oh, come
Heat are
on.
in trouble. Either way, any team LeBron's on is the best team in the league.
All right, the
It's
Heat
that
were
serious.
clicking on all cylinders in that game. Wade had 29 points. James leaves again with leg cramps. That happened to him during the finals last year, but scores 26 points. Ray Allen scores 19 points. He's 2 for 3 from three-point line. And, come on. The Heat were, they were hyped. They were charged. They were ready to go. They got their rings. The banner got raised. I think that was, I wouldn't say an easy win, but, the Heat should,
Opening
should've won
night, the
that game.
teams that raise the banner usually stumble.
Yeah. It happened to them a couple
Usually
years
a
ago when they
letdown,
came. The Bulls blew them out by like 25, 30 points. So then the Heat go.
Well, happened last year when the Heat blew Dallas too.
You're right.
Rematch, right? Yeah, they came in like, nah, I don't want to see these rings get raised. So I wish the Celtics had done that, but
And then on Friday night they go to New York, an emotional New York team. They get blown out, 104-84. Carmelo Anthony goes crazy, scores 30 points, 10 rebounds. Looked like everything he threw up was going in. And
him and Novak.
Yeah, him and Novak.
They're just throwing up. The whole team was just throwing up threes and making them. And that ain't ever
Raymond Felton. Who else?
J.R. Smith.
Yeah. Whoever.
I feel whoever. Mr. Nick Player X is throwing up threes, making them.
Stoudemire's hurt.
Allen Houston.
He's out for I think 6 weeks. They were saying assist on his knee. So and then they on Saturday night, which was last night, the Nuggets come into town.
They hit 11.
The Heat win. Bosch scores 40 points, and Ray Allen scores 23.
Yeah, but he had an and 1-3, which
Yeah.
was unacceptable. So way to go, Denver. Good job. Spoiled Iguodala had a good game too.
Wow, what a Heat hater you are, man.
I'm not happy with Ray Allen's decision. His whole decision process bothered me. I'm not a Heat hater. I wish none were the best. I just said that. Did I not make that clear?
Yeah, I know you did.
See, he tried to.
I'm just busting your balls.
Jay tried to give you a hard time.
All right, when we come back, we're gonna
Go Celtics.
talk more NBA. We're gonna talk probably the best player in the NBA right now is maybe James Harden. We'll get to his stats when we come back. The name of the show is John Etch and the Sports Heads on SoFloRadio.com.
Join the radio revolution. SoFloRadio.com.
Broward Tennis. Broward Tennis. Broward Tennis. Announcing our fall 2012 Broward Tennis Flex Leagues. Now available for Broward, Miami-Dade, and Palm Beach counties. The Flex Tennis League concept is different from the typical league format. The Broward Tennis Flex League is designed with your busy schedule in mind. Simply register at browardtennis.com for a league that corresponds with your tennis skill level. You're then assigned a schedule with players at your level who are located in your area. Then contact your opponents, schedule your match, and play when and where you wish at your convenience. After each match, report your scores via browardtennis.com and watch yourself climb in the rankings toward a league championship. browardtennis.com. Get your tennis on.
When you're ready to actually lose weight safely and steadily while being monitored by a physician, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson is there for you. The family medicine practice was established by her father in 1956 and continues as a medical practice that now specializes in weight reduction. Dr. Kim Jacobson joined the practice 20 years ago as both a family medicine practitioner and weight loss specialist. The Weight Loss Clinic utilizes a combination of appetite suppression medication and vitamins to produce great results, usually 3 to 4 pounds per week for most patients. Now you can change your lifestyle while still enjoying your own food, just less of it. They offer a choice of 2, 3, or 4-week plans. So whether you just need to lose a few pounds or a lot, the Weight Loss Clinic of Dr. Kim Jacobson can help you. They're located at 5454 Northeast 4th Avenue in Miami, just 2 blocks west of 54th Street and Biscayne Boulevard. Call them at 305-751-0091. They'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions. That's 305-751-0091. Get started on a beautiful new body today with Dr. Kim Jacobson and the Weight Loss Clinic.
Remard Inc. is a dedicated team of veterinarians, trainers, and biochemists who are committed to manufacturing the most powerful and effective equine and small animal products on the market today. Their goal is to create and produce cutting-edge products that are made with only the highest quality pharmaceutical-grade ingredients available and are free of fillers and artificial ingredients. Whether you're competing on the racetrack, the show ring, or just competing for the love and affection of your backyard friend, you can count on Remard Inc. to deliver the quality products that you deserve, expect, and rely on. Remard Inc. products are carried by veterinarians and retailers around the world. Contact Remard Inc. at 877-635-5365 or on the web at remardinc.com. That's RAMARDINC.com.
Hey, Shlub, get in here. George Rodriguez wants us to make a 30-second promo. He's calling, bitching, moaning, and complaining and crying. And he wants to make sure all these great shows on SoFlo Radio get promoted properly. So here we go. Start a little bit of reggae music. Hey, gang, it's Byron the Eggman Eggers.
And me, H-Love.
H, tell everybody when the show is on.
We're on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 9 to 11 p.m. And on Wednesdays, we go out and get in a little bit of trouble.
Add our show to your list of addictions, The Byron Eggers Show with H-Love.
On SoFloRadio.com.
South Florida's best sports talk. John Etch and the Sports Heads.
Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me.
Correction. The game is not 3-3. Dallas and Atlanta at 6-0.
Etch was right. I was wrong. In my defense,
It was a chip shot. They should have made that.
Shot, and I
Yeah.
wasn't paying attention. It looked 3-3, so I'm sorry. Jay was right. He's corrected. I was wrong.
Sorry, third guy.
That's why I'm third guy.
All right, getting back to the NBA. Nash is out for 1 week. MRI showed a non-displaced fracture.
What does that mean? What is that fancy talk for?
In the head.
For break?
Any doctors
In
out
the
there
head.
listening, please call in.
Right? I'm curious, Jay, right? What is non-displaced? That's fancy talk for it's broken, right?
MRI showed a non-displaced fracture in the head.
The head?
That's what the paper said. So
The head, that's it?
That's all it said.
He has a non-displaced fracture in his head?
Well, in the head, I guess, of his knee, right? No, not the knee. What was
The leg, I think? His
something
legs
by
hurt.
his shin where he hurt himself.
Either way, that boy
During the
hurt.
game.
How about that?
All right, so probably the game or the player so far that's playing outstanding is James Harden. He was recently traded from the Oklahoma Thunders to the Houston Rockets, and he starts the season scoring 37 points, 45 points, and then 24 points. Gentlemen, is Harden? He's obviously he's not coming off the bench, but Harden looks like he's their main scorer, and looks like he's getting all the touches.
Well, I couldn't name you 5 more players on their team, so I'm sure he's getting all the touches.
Well, let's go to their team real quick. Let's see here.
Do they even have Luis Scola anymore? Right? No.
Luis Scola.
I have no Luis Scola. That's what I can name. I thought they had Carl Landry, but then
Do
all
they
of a
have
sudden the other
Yao
day he
Ming
popped
still?
up on the Golden State. So
They still have Yao Ming.
For real, maybe
I
Elijah
think they
one.
have Yao Ming.
The Jet, maybe.
Who knows? Let's
Yao Ming's
see.
playing golf. So he's worse than
They
Charles
got
Barkley.
Kevin McHale. Oh wait, no, he's a coach. Cole Aldrich, Omar.
You should know
Asik,
that. For shame, they got the guy from the
Daquan
Bulls.
Cook, Carlos Delfino,
Oh, see, I'm sorry, Jeremy
Lin.
Should have known that. Apologize.
Chandler Parsons.
You don't know who that is. Stop
Parsons.
playing. That's a guy.
How about Asik?
You don't know Chandler
Or
Chandler
Asik.
Parsons?
Or Ashik?
It's Florida, right? You went to Florida?
Play with the Bulls.
Chandler Parsons went to Florida. I want that to confirm for me. Make me feel better. Yeah, so what's up with your boys, man?
Omer Asik. How do you
He
pronounce his name? Omer Asik?
He used to be a bull.
Or
Didn't
Asik.
you know
He
that?
was a bull last year. He was a
Daquan
bull.
Cook was a Carlos Delfino. There's a name there.
Milwaukee Buck.
James Harden.
So pretty
Getting paid
much
$5 million.
James Harden and company.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, right.
No disrespect for Jeremy Lin, but
You had a good 10 games.
yeah.
Do your thing, buddy.
So it looks like Oklahoma didn't want to give James Harden. He wanted $55 million for I don't even know how many years. Anybody know?
I don't know.
He's looking for a max contract.
And he got $80 million from Houston.
They already signed him right away.
Yeah.
Right?
Call me crazy. I think the Thunder made out in this trade. They got 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick, plus that rookie that no one's talking about from Connecticut, Jeremy Lamb.
Yeah.
I promise you, give him a couple of seasons. You know, behind KD and Westbrook and Ibaka, they got a solid little team. And they might take a step back this year, but you always got to think future, right? It's a tough job balancing that act as the GM is tough.
I agree. So let's get to the Lakers 0-3 start.
Ouch.
Round of applause, Mr. George, if you have, because we're Lakers haters here tonight. There you go. Round of applause for the Lakers for starting 0-3. Like, I guess, what's everybody saying about it? Like, what are people writing about the Lakers? Why is the reason? What's the reaon why they're starting? They started 0-3.
See, I would blame half of it on chemistry. You know, it takes a lot of work to combine these players and their personal dynamics as a whole unit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I take that just looking at the Celtics, but I think it's more than that. You know, it's like you can't buy a team necessarily like you can buy one in baseball. You know what I mean? Like you can have the best pieces, but they might not necessarily fit together, and then you got a problem. And you might have a problem on your hands in La La Land, to be honest. Kobe's saying it's time to panic, then it might be time to panic.
I don't think it's time to panic yet, but
Dwight Howard at 13-8, his last game.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
How many free throws did he? The team like shot 40% the first game.
It's bad. I mean, can we have an over-under on Mike Brown gets fired or not? You know, they don't play.
Yeah,
they don't play. They're like Yankees fans. Lakers fans do not play.
And they'll bring back Phil Jackson
and win the championship.
Yeah.
San Antonio's 3-0. Old team, San Antonio.
But didn't they go like 79-2 last year, and then they got tossed up by the Thunder? I mean, that's how it goes.
Golden State was a team that we talked about last week. That was a team that might do a little damage out. And
I like Golden
Marky
State.
Jackson.
I like Mark Jackson. I like that team as constructed if they stay healthy. They got Bogut, David Lee, Curry. They have the rookie Klay Thompson.
Yep.
They got a team, man. They got Carl Landry, who's a very, very efficient backup with 6-man, whatever.
And the Clippers look pretty good too, gentlemen. You know,
they got a squad, right? They got Caron Butler.
Dude, probably the best bench
they
in
got
the
a
league,
they got a squad. I mean, they goes on and on and on. They had the teams, the lineup. Chauncey's not even playing right now. They got
and what Jordan Crawford, he's like leading their team in scoring with. It's that averaging 26 a game.
That's
Jordan
right.
Crawford.
They picked up. I think.
So then you got
Jamal
big
Crawford.
shot Chauncey Billups coming off the bench. Caron Butler coming off the bench.
Check out this roster: Matt Barnes, Chauncey Billups, Eric Bledsoe, Caron Butler, Jamal Crawford. Jamal Crawford. I saw the highlights this morning.
Jamal Crawford
going crazy.
Right, you have right. It's all
Willie
good.
Green starting for them. Blake Griffin, Grant Hill, DeAndre Jordan,
like his 30th season.
Lamar Odom.
And once he gets healthy, I think when the Lakers were winning the back-to-back, he was the main reason. He's
Chris
scary
Paul,
good.
Trey Tompkins, and Ronnie Turioff.
I got love for Ronnie. He got heart surgery. He had a big problem.
How
with
many of
that,
you guys can stay up? Well, maybe Kyle can stay up, but I don't think me and Joe can stay up for these late games. I tried. The Clippers were playing the Lakers last night, or was it Friday night?
It was Friday night.
Friday night. You know, I have two TVs. I got one in the living room, and I got one in the bed.
Right, of course.
So I go. Let me go into the bedroom and
start unwinding TV
and watch probably the first half.
No doubt.
3 minutes into the game, I was
then
gone.
you wake up with the control in your hand, like what just happened?
I don't have cable, so
I live overnight. I work overnight, so I live overnight. So,
do you have a TV?
I mean, I work, so I have the laptop, and I get the games.
Oh. Yeah.
So, I dabble. I pay attention to what's important.
Good third guy.
I gotta keep up with Statman and Etch over here. So,
third guy.
So, anything you guys seen so far during this start of the NBA season?
Yeah, the Clippers are gonna win the West.
Really?
That's pretty. I'm a whole.
I was joking.
Now.
It was a joke. It was a joke. I'm just saying.
Well, why not?
I hate how these
why
teams.
Not? The Clippers are a good team.
They are. I just don't think.
That's based on Chris Paul staying healthy, man. He's kind of proven
it's so early in the season. I hate when people start freaking out after 3 games.
I'm not asking for predictions, but I'm just asking for anything you saw. Like, to me, I think the highlight of the season so far is James Harden.
Yeah, I agree. I could say that.
37, 45, and 24.
I really like the Clippers, the way they look.
Okay.
I mean, they have, like I said, Jamal Crawford's leading them and scoring. So, I mean, Blake Griffin, Paul, and it's just, yeah. I like the Clippers.
I can't argue with that. The Clippers look good. I want to see how my Celtics going to gel. It's going to take a little while. Like, it's going to take a little while with the Lakers. I mean, hopefully they get good because, the season's not the same without the good teams being good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how the Heat go. See if they win 60-plus games. Looking forward, man. I love basketball.
I still think the Celtics are the best team. Well, second to the Heat in the Eastern Conference.
I think we're going to be right there. I think people underestimate the Celtics. Got nothing coming, man. As long as the Heat have LeBron and they're competitive in our conference, we're going to stay competitive. Danny Ainge, I guarantee you, we'll make every measure necessary to keep us competitive.
Celtics have a good bench. They got a really good bench.
We're deep, man. Watch Jared Sullinger starting, and then bring Brandon Bass off the bench. That'd be a problem.
How about
Brandon Bass
Terry?
and Jay Terry on the second line? Jay Terry got to get acclimated to Boston. It's not run around and get crazy. He got to really earn his stripes. He's looked kind of lost recently. So, also Jeff Green is one of my guys, so he better play well because that's a key to us being good. Because he's very versatile. He plays from the 2 to the 5. So hopefully he can continue to grow as a player and keep his game up because we need him.
All right, Kyle, you got your field goal here. It's 6-3 now.
All right, see, I don't look that bad. Now it's
second
6-3.
quarter, 12 minutes left in the game. The Cowboys are beating Atlanta. I got Atlanta in my suicide pool, Joe. So are you still alive in your pool?
I'm still alive. I took Houston.
You took Houston. You're alive. Okay.
Wow, what a stretch.
You guys think Atlanta's the real deal?
Only
They're
time will tell.
7-0.
Only
They're
time will tell.
7-0.
Right? The record speaks for itself, right? The record. You are what your record says you are, isn't it?
Are they better than the Bears?
That now on paper, yeah.
You just said a couple minutes ago the Bears.
Record-wise, they are. I say no. I say the Bears are the best team in the NFC right now.
See, if you play right now, they would get a home playoff game. Bears would have to travel to Atlanta. So that's what's all important about
Soldier Field. Yeah,
because that's a lot. That's an important regular season. Because if Atlanta has to go to Chicago, no, I don't think. Obviously that changes everything.
All right, real quick, 100 NBA scheduled tonight. The Hawks are playing the Thunders. 76ers are at the Knicks. Timberwolves are at the Raptors. Pistons are at the Lakers. And the Suns are at the Magic. The name of the show is John Etch and the Sports Heads. When we come back, let's talk a little bit about what's going on with the Marlins.
Let's talk
hiring
about that.
Mike Redmond as their
The
new
trend.
Marlins manager.
Catchers for managers, perhaps.
That's right. Keep it locked here. SoFlowRadio.com.
Worldwide, baby. SoFlowRadio.com.
Put a team of professional consultants behind your home or business computer with Key Information Solutions, providing solutions to your internet and computing needs while keeping you on the cutting edge of technology. Preventative maintenance and networking support, hardware and custom-built computers. Let Key Information Solutions be your personal tech staff for your home or office with affordable hourly, monthly, or annual rates to fit anyone's budget. Call Key Information Solutions now. 954-973-3374. That's 954-973-3374. Or visit keyinformation.com.
In November of 2011, our Congress had passed a measure to open the door to equine slaughter. Now, a predatory industry seeks to gain profits by sales of American horse meat for overseas consumption. 80% of Americans oppose horse slaughter, and the environmental and social impact will be devastating. To learn more, please visit www.equinewelfarealliance.org.
Yoga Gangsters, a Miami-based non-profit organization, provides free yoga programming to youth and young adults who are either at risk or in crisis. The Yoga Gangsters' mission is to use yoga as a tool to teach youth self-awareness, self-respect, and self-control. If you're interested in establishing a program or wish to make a contribution, contact Marisol at 305yoga.com or explore their website, yogagangsters.org.
Big Bob's Barbershop has been a landmark since 1958 and is still going strong. Located at 3317 East Oakland Park Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Bob's keeping up with the latest styles. All haircuts are just $15 and only $10 for all of our great military personnel. Bob is open Monday through Saturday. Appointments are not necessary. Bob's phone number is 954-561-8729. Big Bob's motto is, you always look and feel better when you leave. That's Big Bob's Barbershop, 954-561-8729. Give them a call. Go get your haircut.
We asked this gentleman to participate in our radio taste test challenge. On one table, terrestrial radio. On the other, SoFlowRadio.com. Do you have your blindfold on?
Yes.
Try a bite of this.
Oh, God, that's awful. Tastes like the soiled briefs of a lonely fat man.
You just had a taste of all sports and corporate-backed right-wing assassin talk radio. Now give this a try.
That's gotta be SoFlowRadio.com. Entertaining, funny, informative. I love it. Can I have more?
SoFloRadio.com. A full plate of delicious entertainment.
Dolphins, Heat, and Marlins. We covered it all on the John Etch and Sports Head Show.
Some people call me the space cowboy. Yeah. Some call
Welcome
me
back to the show,
gangster
John
lover.
Edge and the Sports Heads on SoFloRadio.com. Also, we're on D4Radio.com. Every
Right on.
Tuesday.
Yo, Defoe.
Yeah. Defoe, what a great guy. We're on his website, D4Radio.com, every Tuesday from 2 to 4. So catch us on D4Radio.com from 2 to 4 on Tuesday, and also on
This just ain't no
SoFloRadio.com.
website. This ain't no website, man. This is an internet radio station.
There you
South
go.
Florida's only talk station.
Is that
Yeah, that's right?
Okay, I'm sorry. That's the proper
there you go.
terminology.
It is a radio station that uses the internet as a delivery method.
There you go.
Worldwide digital quality.
George Rodriguez on the mic.
DJ Bad.
Right.
DJ
Ivan Bad.
No, not Ivan Bad's my producer name. My DJ name is DJ Poser.
DJ Poser, okay.
Is it just because I just pose for pictures?
You got that from when you used to skate, right?
No.
When I used to
that's
skate, I used to go, "Hey," when you were like terrible skateboarder, you're like, you're a poser.
I was pretty bad. I was a poser all day then. I was terrible.
You were terrible?
I hit my
You were
ankle
called
once. I
poser?
almost thought I broke my ankles. It was a whole big scene. I quit right after that.
I was riding free skates today. It's like a ripstick without a stick.
Can you lose weight during
anything
doing
on
that?
wheels? Yeah, you knew everything except watching TV.
You about to take up skateboarding, Jay?
Maybe. Anything to lose weight.
I recommend roller skating. Low impact.
We'll get to that later because I want to get
It's a whole
into
other thing.
that.
You don't look like you could handle some impact. Your ankles don't look like they could handle impact.
Let's get to the Marlins. The Marlins hired Mike Redmond. Now check this story out. I got this. This is funny. When Mike Redmond played for the Marlins, I don't know if you guys knew this. He took batting practice in the nude.
I heard that. Isn't that weird?
All he had was his spikes on.
Weird.
And the reason why he did that because he wanted to loosen up his teammates that were in a slump, in the midst of a slump. So he comes out during batting practice. Now the question is, were there reporters out there? Were the fans out there?
See, I want to know if you're in a slump, how is that going to loosen you up by thinking about that image every time you go to bed? It's not going to loosen me. I mean, it's silly. I get it. You know, imagine that closing your eyes, thinking, trying to get it, break out of an 0 for 20 slump and think about you catch a batting naked. It's not a good look. It's not going to help me at all.
It had to be probably in the cages inside, Joe.
I would assume
Because
you
he
can't
wouldn't do that outside. There's no way he will come out.
Yeah, it was probably during the teams, yeah.
Because
Like
they do
a
have
team
batting
cage,
cages
team
inside,
meetings,
inside the
it's-
clubhouse.
It's probably inside because Johnny Dame used to run around naked when we won the 04 championship. So he used to run around the clubhouse naked. Whatever, whatever gets you by, I guess.
All right, so Mike Redmond spent the last 2 years managing the single A club for the Marlins in the Toronto. Well, I'm not in the Marlins system, but in the Toronto Blue Jay system, and he receives a 3-year contract. And history tells us that catchers usually become good baseball managers. Look at Mike Matheny from the Cardinals, and many more that I can't
Bruce
remember now.
Bochy.
Isn't Bruce Bochy was a
yeah.
catcher, right?
Yeah.
I
Joe
was just gonna
Torre.
say- That's why Statman is the man. 'Cause I was going to say that.
Yeah, he was. Who else? From the top of the head, I don't know who else that's managing now is a catcher, or
Well, that's three
Yeah,
good
because
ones right there.
they can manage the game. They've been in that situation so many different times. They can manage different pitchers, different personalities. So it's just it makes sense. That's what managing's all about in the major leagues is managing personalities. Getting the team to mesh.
Yeah.
It's not all about X's and O's. That's what the bench coach is there for. So,
Now, do you think Redmond? Okay, looks at the team. Well, he played in the organization before, but does he see this as a stepping stone for maybe another job as a manager at another club, or do you think he's thinking, I'm thinking long run here. I play for the Marlins. I'm not sure if he gets along with Loria and Sampson, these guys, but you think he's looking at this job that he got with the Marlins as a stepping stone, or he's looking at I want to stay with the Marlins as long as I can.
I think he's just thrilled to be offered a major league job.
Right.
I don't think he's thinking about his future. I think he's thinking about the present. What am I going to do with this team? How am I going to get this franchise back to 2003, back when he was on the team when they won.
Right.
I don't think that's where he has to start. I would assume.
History tells us again that players that play in the organization that come up and become manager or coaches in the major league level, they become successful. I would say, what would you say about your guy now, John Farrell? Came up with I don't know if he came up with them, but he was part of the Boston Red Sox organization. Now he was a
pitching coach. We won both championships.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm absolutely thrilled about the hire. You got to have somebody who knows the system.
Right.
That was an absolute ridiculous show last year. That circus that was Bobby Valentine is kind of came and gone. They made the right call. You got somebody in-house, low-profile pitching staff, right? Somebody that knows how to cultivate a pitching staff is the most important thing. I mean,
right.
As we showed last year, you're not going to win without pitching staff.
And that's like with catchers. They know how to do it with the pitchers, obviously.
So is Bobby V getting back into broadcasting, or he's just?
I don't care.
Or
to be honest, I couldn't care less. Do whatever you do, man.
He's going back to Japan.
He's gonna coach in Japan.
He's a Chiba lot, Mariners.
That's where he was, years back.
Yeah,
he was like a god, man.
Successful
to them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he was like I said to them. I'm sorry, that sounded so racist. I mean, to the Japanese that watch Japanese championship baseball is what I meant.
Those people are serious about baseball over there, man.
Yeah,
very serious. All right, let's switch topic. Let's get into college football. University of Miami. It was a Thursday game. And it's a game where Kyle was sitting outside in the parking lot. Thought he had tickets to the game, but didn't have tickets.
That's neither here nor there. Yeah, I'm sure it was a lovely game too, as I saw. Right, they kind of had their way with Virginia Tech, I assume. Right?
Yeah, they won 30-12. But check this out, guys.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a great game to be at.
As we all know, down here in South Florida, the NCAA is investigating the Nevin Shapiro ordeal that happened. This jerk off, paying players and
someone the agent.
Yeah, no, he wasn't an agent. He was just a booster guy.
Booster.
Yeah,
that's
whatever
what the word
is.
I'm sorry.
So the NCAA is investigating, and it looks like they're gonna. Looks like I'm reading here the notes. The allegations will come either late November or early December. So the Canes they're debating or they're going through this meeting where should we, if they make the ACC championship game, should they play that or should they not play it? Obviously, they're looking for the bowl game. If they make a bowl game, once the allegations come to pass, they will be banned from that bowl game. So, and they should play the ACC if they make it to the ACC championship game. They should play that game. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but
has that ever happened? Letting sanctions go mid-season? This is unprecedented, right? You can't do that. They played this far without thinking they were going to get punished. I mean, that's ridiculous,
well,
right?
According to the paper, it says that the allegations are going to be handed down either late November or early December.
Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, isn't that weird, right? Yeah. I know y'all more college football savvy than me. Has that ever happened? Can anyone think of that? Racking your brain. Has it ever happened where somebody got sanctioned mid-season? That's not fair. That's borderline preposterous, right?
Well,
you go with like Ohio State, right? They knew going into the season they were not going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now they're 10-0 and they're like, oh man, dag, I wish that had worked out. But they knew. You can't do that to these kids, man. This is a screw their head up, man. You can't do that. That's not fair.
Look at USC. They knew they were going to be bowl banned before the season even started.
Penn State, they knew that too. They unify around their coach.
So
and they
why
play
can't
well
do it during the season.
But why would they though? That's bad precedent. That's not good, right? I mean, do y'all feel me? Right? That's not good.
No, I understand what you're saying.
With you.
I don't know when this ever happened. I can't think of a time. I mean, I feel like scandals in college football pop up in my head if that was the case, and I can't. It's not. I'm drawing a blank.
Well, let's switch to the other game. Notre Dame. Wow, what a game. 3 overtimes. It took them to beat Pitt. They go to 9-0. The first time in how long, Joe?
Since 1993.
Wow. And like I said, it took them 3 overtimes to win this game, and it looks like they went down, one notch in the BCS Bowls?
Yeah, Oregon jumped in with putting up 175 points against USC.
Well, they went for 1,500 yards of offense.
I was watching into the Notre Dame game on, the Oregon USC game comes on, and I'm watching a play from Notre Dame Pittsburgh, and all of a sudden I just kind of glance up, and it's like 13 or like a minute, not even a minute into the game, and like Oregon score. I'm like, what? And they're lining up to go for 2. They end up just kicking a field goal. I'm like, I mean, these guys just score at will.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody going to stop them.
See, isn't that they're probably offended? They're probably offended they got knocked out of the top 3 in the first place.
Yeah, and then they just go to and then the USC, a ranked team with two guys that are definitely like top 20 in the NFL pick next or draft next year with Barkley, Marquise Lee. I mean, they just dominate them. I mean, they did give up 51 points to USC, but I mean, Oregon could score at will, and that's scary. But anyhow, back to Notre Dame. Yeah, they squeaked by in a triple overtime, but it's just 3 turnovers, 12 penalties. They gave up 144 yards on the ground, which Notre Dame's been solid against ground. And there were several long plays they gave up, on the ground, and they just got to shore that up before they go to USC. I mean, first Boston College, Wake Forest, and
they're gonna mob through Boston College.
Right now, they just they're in the outside looking in the BCS. They just got to hope for a couple losses by Kansas State, which they play TCU and Texas, and I'm not sure who else.
So what do you think it takes for Notre Dame to get in?
Well, you gotta have to have Kansas State and Oregon lose.
One loss, is that it for K-State?
At
this point, it's one loss, right? And
if all 4 of those teams go undefeated, Notre Dame's going to be the outside looking in.
So who is the clear? Who is lined up for the favorites?
It'll be Kansas State and Alabama.
Kansas State, Alabama for the title. Yeah, I like that.
I
like that.
You know what? I noticed the difference between college football and NFL football. It was real frustrating during these overtimes that both teams played so conservative.
Yeah,
like they didn't want to throw the ball. It was like every play was a run play. It was run. Nobody wanted to make a mistake. So, but hey, a win's a win. Notre Dame goes 9-0.
Isn't that in college football? It's kind of not a win, right? A win's not a win, right? Sometimes.
Everett Goldston, the quarterback, looked tremendous, and he's going to be, as a true freshman, look out in years to come, boys. This guy's very good.
Okay.
All right, when we come back, let's get into a little bit of why, if you're over 40 years old, why you shouldn't be joining a gym. I
was waiting for you to answer this question from like an hour ago.
So when we get back, we'll get into that because I experienced something very, very awkward when I went to this mall where they had a local gym in there. All right, we're John Etch and Sports Head, SoFloRadio.com.
Why bother listening to those other douchebags while we've got everything you need right here? SoFloRadio.com. Radio you've missed.
Put a team of professional consultants behind your home or business computer with Key Information Solutions, providing solutions to your internet and computing needs while keeping you on the cutting edge of technology. Preventative maintenance and networking support, hardware and custom-built computers. Let Key Information Solutions be your personal tech staff for your home or office with affordable hourly, monthly, or annual rates to fit anyone's budget. Call Key Information Solutions now. 954-973-3374. That's 954-973-3374. Or visit keyinformation.com.
Hi, this is George. Trying to get laid all day makes me hungry, so I go to Power Smoothie in Aventura and get the healthiest wraps and most delicious smoothies ever made. I mean, really, the smoothies are so insanely delicious, they're orgasmic. The staff is friendly there and cute. The food is healthy and real, not processed. This is not fast food. It's good food served fast, and they love me there. They even let me create my own smoothie, the Malted Jorge. Go in and ask for one. They're in the Promenade Shops right off of US 1 in Aventura, or call them at 305-792-5338. You can also visit them online at powersmoothieaventura.com.
Social media marketing. You know your business needs it. Mouse Media's talented team can cover a wide array of services and will work one-on-one to help you achieve your business goals. Looking for a web marketer, a social media guru, web designer, developer, programmer, or graphic designer? Yep, they got it. Visit them at mousemedia.us.
That's mousemedia.us.
Or follow Mouse Media on Twitter and on Facebook.
Mousemedia.us.
All systems are functional.
And get past the range to Mr. Jackal, the new king of radio.
Is there life on other planets?
This is nuclear physicist Stanton Friedman, and now I'm a voice in the Jackal's head.
Is the
government keeping secrets from us?
This is Stephen Bassett, and I am now a voice inside the Jackal's head.
Want to find out more? Listen to the Jackal's Head on the Super Media Network.
The biggest trick the Jackal ever pulled was to convince the world that he doesn't exist.
And now, more John H. and the Sports Heads.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Welcome back to the show, John Edge and the Sports Heads, SoFloRadio.com. Since it was Halloween last week, flipping through the channels on Comcast, came in with the movie The Exorcist.
Nice.
Doesn't scare me anymore.
It's a comedy anymore.
It's a comedy, exactly.
Like, if you Rocky Horror Picture Show that.
Here comes the beast soup.
You got to bring little kids into the room and watch their reactions just to enjoy it.
I was debating because sometimes I do get nightmares, but I was debating: should I watch this or shouldn't I watch it? And I said,
you
"The hell with it, I
real
won't watch
for
it."
the fact that you said you still get nightmares. I'd be watching just to get terrified. That's awesome.
If I made my 10-year-old daughter watch that, she'd say, "You made me stop playing Grand Theft Auto for this." I would lose all credibility.
So I put it on, let it play. It was comical. It was like it was funny.
I've never seen it. What's up with it?
You've never seen
Nothing anymore.
No.
Well, and I looked at the credits. That movie was filmed in '73.
Yeah, that was '70s. Was a great year for movies.
I mean, all the.
What about all the slasher
Amityville
films with the masked?
Which one?
The masked
Jason.
Yeah, the masked hockey player, Jason.
Friday the 13th, buddy.
Yeah.
Those
I
are
don't think he
great.
ever actually played hockey.
You didn't?
No, I've never seen him wield a hockey stick at all.
That would have
It
been
was
cool,
always
though.
a machete.
Yeah,
Would have
it's
been.
always a big machete or something.
I saw Jason in space, but he never played hockey.
I saw though. Yeah, I saw one. Yeah, they're good.
Did you ever see Jason versus
Freddy?
Is it
Yes,
Freddy?
I own it.
Yeah.
I actually
Those
own
are
it.
lame,
I own
dude.
it.
Those are lame, man.
Oh, that was great. That's comedy. That's comedy. Yes.
But The Exorcist didn't scare me anymore. I didn't get any nightmares, so I slept like a baby.
You got to watch Deliverance to get scared.
Deliverance?
Yeah.
Which was that one?
Well, that's the one with the Ned Beatty getting, you never saw that? The canoe trip down the Kahulawasi, Burt Reynolds, famous movie. Yeah, that's for real scary.
Is that an old movie?
That'll scare you. Yeah, it's an old movie. It's classic.
West Virginia Outback, man.
Exorcist always reminds me because my sister said I went to the double feature. They showed The Exorcist and Deliverance. She said, Exorcist didn't scare me, but Deliverance scared the bejesus out of me.
You know what movie was scary? Carrie. You guys never seen Carrie?
Sure. They're all going to laugh at you.
They're making a remake
was the
of
movie
that.
called Carrie or was it called Prom Night?
Carrie, no.
I think it was called Prom Night.
There was a Carrie. The remake, I think, is Prom Night. But either way, the remake
No, they're
was
making a
stupid.
new Carrie though. I know that.
They made this is the second new Carrie that they've made.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, I'd rather watch
New
Carrie.
Carrie.
So what's Prom Night? Prom Night was another scary movie,
The
right?
dude's
Yes.
obsessed with the chick
Yeah.
and kidnaps her, right? Takes her hostage or something.
All right,
How
so
about
that's
Paranormal Activity, man.
That's our preview of the scary
the-
movies
the
from the
fourth
70s.
one was horrible.
Yeah, the first one was awesome.
The third one was great.
All right, guys, let me get into
I
this
didn't
real
sleep
quick.
for 3 weeks.
'Cause I know we got half an hour or 20 minutes.
Yeah, I
left
want to
of the
hear your
show.
gym story.
Okay. The reason why I'm at this mall is because I'm
What
going
mall?
to buy my. I don't even know the freaking
mall,
name.
yeah, I feel
It's
you.
on, it's on Coral Way and like 37th Avenue. I know you guys know that area. Oh, you were there.
Yeah, I'm,
Just in
I'm-
case-
I'm new to the hood down
Yeah.
there. I know where you're at. I know
This
where you're
mall
at.
has. This mall has PetSmart. This mall has Hooters. It has all these different
Ayo.
stores, and then it has Bally's. Okay.
It's on the second floor.
All right, first of all, why
Yes.
would you trust a gym in a mall? I'd like to hear this.
No, wait. The reason why I was there was because I was going to buy my daughter a Dora dollhouse at the
that's
Toys
sweet.
R Us. It's called Toys R Us Express for some reason. I guess.
They have a drive-through window.
Yeah, they do. Sort of like it's like a little store. It's a little store. It's not really that big where you could just go and pick your toy out and just leave. And they didn't have the Dora dollhouse because it was a Toys R Us Express. So I guess you got to go to the real Toys R Us to get the Dora dollhouse. So I go
They
there.
didn't even have what you wanted.
They didn't have it, but this is how it started. I'm going into the parking lot. It's like a 5-floor parking lot, and it's so narrow.
Those parking garages are horrible.
Oh my god, they're horrible. And then all of a sudden, I start seeing young males, young females, in their gym attire, and I'm like, oh well, there must be a gym here. And then I look, I finally look up. There's a Bally's. So number one, to save your frustration. Like I said, if you're over 40 years old, you could do your own exercises at home. Like George has this thing here.
The
what is that
bar.
called?
Iron Man Home Gym.
Exactly.
Something like that. Yeah, $30 at Target. Best $30 I ever spent. Went from 0 pull-ups to I'm up to 7 now. And I used to be able to do a lot, but then I got fat. You can do push-ups with it.
Smart man, saving his frustration of
been
driving
in
to
the
the
house.
gym,
Right.
finding a parking lot. Finding a parking space, making sure that some guy in steroids doesn't look at you in the wrong way or get into a fight in the parking lot, and then actually going inside the Bally's or inside the LA Fitness, wherever you join, finding a machine to work out. Saving yourself all this frustration. I believe if you're under 40 or maybe even under 30, the reason why you go to the gym is to pick up a girl or pick up a guy. It depends on who.
Dude, chicks that work out all the time is intimidating, bro. I be all diesel up, man. I like dick, man. I like a little something to squeeze, man. You gotta be kidding me. Hey, more muscular than you. I said, Tim, are you kidding me?
Amen.
They more muscular than you, man. Like, really? She throw the bicep on. It's crazy.
So I'm a man of age. I'm 41 years old.
He's wise.
I'm trying to save my frustration of everyday life. I have kids. I have a job. I'm in traffic. I'm out of traffic. Like, why would I want to put myself into these situations where, first of all, just to start my day to go work out is find a parking space. You know what I mean? And then go into the gym and then walk around and look for a machine to get in while there's 10,000 people waiting for this machine to work on. Like, why would I? You're just wasting time.
Sure.
Just I'm a look.
There's a Murphy's Law thing. If you sign up for the gym, you're not going to use that membership. It's just like a Murphy's Law thing.
Exactly.
I signed up for gym memberships twice and wasted my money.
Yeah.
Because like, here's the laziness. I'm not so lazy that when I get to the gym that I'm not going to give myself a workout. I'm so lazy that I don't want to go put my shoes on to go to the gym to get myself a workout. Oh, look, something's on right now. Hey, look, I'm going to microwave my pot pie and watch this. I'm not going to go to the gym today. That's a commitment, but
That
with,
sounds like a whole big thing.
Yeah, pull-up bars, some sit-ups is just like bang some out real quick, 10, 15 minutes.
Now, I understand guys that are in their 20s. Okay, you guys want to go, you want to pick up a chick. Women that are in their 20s.
They're all juicing.
Yeah, whatever. they want to pick somebody. I understand. They do maybe 80% looking around, talking, and the other 10, 20% or whatever is working out. Okay, we got Insanity. You guys ever heard of Insanity?
Yeah, I got it. I own it.
Okay.
I own Insanity.
How many CDs are in Insanity?
Oh, I don't know. 13.
Okay, 13.
14. I don't know.
We got Tybo.
I got bored just listening to him say 13 CDs.
We got Tybo. I used to do Tybo. My wife used to do Tybo back in the days. I used to do.
What about Zumba?
That's my next one. We got Zumba.
That's great. You can dance and yeah.
You got all these type of health. You got equipment like George has here. You got these CDs.
You could do it Rocky style. Just chase the chicken, run around with chains on your back.
Exactly.
You could do it Rocky style. Just beat me.
Why would you want to go and
that's funny.
Feel frustrated and just be so like it might even ruin your day or your dinner.
That's tough.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand. Again, if you're in your 20s, you're there for a reason. People like me and George and maybe you guys, when you guys get to the age where we're at,
man, I'm grown.
We want less frustration. We want peace. Quiet. Exactly. That's why I don't understand why these athletes get DUIs. Millionaire athletes getting DUIs. They have so much money where they could get a limo, they get a taxi. Why would you, as a millionaire, get inside a car while you had a couple drinks and get a DUI? I just don't.
It doesn't make any sense. Call a helicopter.
Whatever, a boat. It doesn't. Just get your ass home. So, like I said. Save yourself. If you're over 40 years old and you're listening right now on SoulFlowRadio.com, save yourself frustration. Don't join a gym. Don't join Bally's. Don't you might hear those commercials on the TV where it says, "Yeah, join this gym. We'll give you a discount. The first 3 months are free. stuff like that.
Well, what a 5-year contract?
Whatever. I still got bad credit for joining Bally's like 5 years ago, and I haven't paid.
I think everyone has bad credit from joining some kind of gym at some point.
So what? Just save yourself. That's just something I wanted. When I was experiencing this, when I went to this mall, I gotta talk about this and let the audience, our fans, know on SoFloRadio.com that please, if you're over 40 years old, don't even bother joining a gym. First of all, how much does it cost to join a gym nowadays?
I don't know.
A lot,
but just
a lot.
Yeah, and not just the fact of going through that. I was at that same parking garage on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't go to that gym just to let alone that stupid ass parking garage.
Yeah,
I mean you have to go. I mean you're driving at snail's pace, if that, going around every single corner. You just don't know what's coming around.
Right.
I mean there's no sign or there's no like mirrors. There's just like.
So we go be a trip in 30 years to do this show.
I mean,
they said you're coming around the corner and these kids they're in the way and I can't drive around.
Oh, it frustrated me. I went home. I couldn't eat anymore. I was like,
you were going to Hooters?
They ruined my appetite.
Yeah. It did, and I got in trouble. I got my girlfriend got mad because I got grumpy. It made me so mad.
Exactly. You're trying to get somewhere to watch the game.
It did.
Or to work out, or go to the movies.
Because I feel you.
Sunset Place.
I feel you.
Sunset Place.
Oh my God.
In South Miami. If you want to go to the movies, okay, you get in, fine, you're watching the movie, but to get out of that parking lot, it might take you 2 hours just to get out of that.
Who designs those things?
Why do you think I live in Broward, man? I was just in Kendall today. Like, I hate driving.
You were in
down
Kendall?
here.
Were you
I went
in
to
Kendall?
I went to for the baby birthday party.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, okay.
How was it? I hate driving around down there. I said, if you gave me a house, I wouldn't live down here.
You got a mixture of old people. You got a mixture of people that know how to drive. You got a mixture of young kids that all you want to do is speed. It's just
There's just too many people for that space.
Yeah, so
suburban sprawl.
Save your frustrations out there, please. The name of the show is John Etch and the Sports Heads. When we come back, I don't even know what we're going to talk about in the last segment, but we'll get into something. SoFloRadio.com.
SoFloRadio.com. Your radio alternative.
Broadcast radio production, sound design, audio, talk shows, commercials, trailers, voiceovers, webcasting, engineering, music. Learn how for a lot less than $10,000. Send a text to 954-803-9717. That's 954-803-9717.
CBC5 is the executive liaison for all your building compliance needs. Serving South Florida from the Palm Beaches to Key West, CBC5 delivers 5-star service that brings...
what's this ABC or BDQ or whatever?
CBC5. It stands for Complete Building Compliance.
Oh, I ain't building nothing, so what can they do for me?
Well, they do more than plan review and permitting. They help the little guy cut through red tape.
I got duct tape holding together my carport.
Well, CBC5 can help. Let them deal with bureaucrats. They helped George Rodriguez solve a sewer lateral problem, and they saved him a ton of money and hassles.
By City Hall, who can do that?
CBC5 can do that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a commercial to finish. Contact Shoddy the Hottie at CBC5 786-255-3851 or log on to cbc5.net. That's cbc5.net.
Broward Tennis. Announcing our fall 2012 Broward Tennis Flex Leagues. Now available for Broward, Miami-Dade, and Palm Beach counties. The Flex Tennis League concept is different from the typical league format. The Broward Tennis Flex League is designed with your busy schedule in mind. Simply register at browardtennis.com for a league that corresponds with your tennis skill level. You're then assigned a schedule with players at your level who are located in your area. Then contact your opponents, schedule your match, and play when and where you wish at your convenience. After each match, report your scores via browardtennis.com and watch yourself climb in the rankings toward a league championship. browardtennis.com. Get your tennis on.
Here's the latest ratings you asked for.
And what is this? Where did all our listeners go?
SoFloRadio.com.
SoFlo, what channel is that on?
It's online, sir. It's Wi-Fi radio.
Oh, I see.
But what channel is it on?
Put your business on the leading edge of media advertising with the SoFloRadio.com network. Unlike antiquated AM or FM radio, your professionally produced 30 or 60-second ad will be heard live on SoFloRadio.com during the day and will be downloaded thousands of times a day on SoFloRadio.com, as well as being heard on our free podcasts on iTunes. Wi-Fi radio and Bluetooth are now available with BMW, Ford, GM Cars and Trucks. Don't get left behind. Contact SoFloRadio.com for details and our very affordable rates. SoFloRadio.com. Stay ahead of the game.
And now, more John Edge and the Big Fat Sports Heads.
Welcome back.
Huge.
SoFloRadio.com.
Fat. Walk
No
sideways
phone calls.
through doors.
I can't believe this. No phone calls.
You're not popular.
Maybe I was giving the numbers wrong. It's 954-990-0036. Maybe in a slower fashion. 954-990-0036. Next time record that, George, and I'll say it fast and then I'll say it slow. Okay? All right, Facebook, John Etch and the Sports Heads. Please like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, Etch in the Head. Sorry to go on this crazy rant here about joining the gym, but this show, our Sunday shows are more of a laid-back show. We don't really go in depth into the games. We cover the games, but we don't, listen to our show on Tuesdays here on SoFloRadio.com, where we really get into the games, right, Joe? Where you're like, Joe just goes crazy on like statistics, fantasy stats, everything. So tune in, or is it tune in or log on? What's the proper?
Either way, I say tune in.
Okay,
Log
tune
in, tune on.
Log on, turn out,
To
drop out,
zone
turn
out.
on.
Yeah, whatever. SoFloRadio.com, Sundays from 8 to 10, and then on Tuesdays from 7 to 9. Gentlemen,
Probably likes that.
what's that? Whoa.
Like that.
My flags, man. I got to salute.
Those who are listening, first of all, those who are listening right now, please go on SoFloRadio.com. There's awesome shows. You got George's show. What other shows we got on SoFlo there?
We got
Rodriguez?
By the Glass, show about beverage culture, all kinds of alcohol. We got JJ and Sam in the morning, coffee talk show. We got Nicole Sandler from 10 to 12, Monday through Thursday. Left-wing politics because somebody has to do it to counteract Rush Limbaugh. My show is on replay, but I do it live on Fridays. We got all kinds of things in the afternoon. We have the She Play. We have This Week in Motorsports with Captain Hook, who co-hosts the Byron Nagger Show, which means the Byron Nagger Show in the evenings, 9 to 11, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. We got Post Time in the afternoon, 4 to 6 every day, which is all about horse racing. On Friday, it's just straight up gambling odds show that regular radio is too afraid to do. Every time, I was worked at QAM. Anytime somebody like Hank wanted to talk about, odds and over and under and anything, they would have a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, you're justifying or glorifying gambling. And on Beat the Spread, they justify and glorify gambling. We don't care, straight up, because it's what people want. And just check out the website, SoFloRadio.com. All kinds of clickable shows on there. Don't forget the Powwow with Luis the Artiste, who did your wonderful logo.
And also Silverman on Sports.
Silverman on Sports on Monday. I didn't think you wanted to talk about him.
Why not?
He's a big fat competitor.
He's on SoFlo. If you're on SoFlo, you're okay with the sports as well.
Yeah, he is.
For now.
Bruce is a good guy. He's been on us on here for like 2 years now.
Great. All right, so we got 5 minutes left.
Don't forget our weekend programming too.
What are the weekend programs?
It's got all kinds of shows I'm going through. We got the Monocles and the South Florida Music Show. We got the Boca Show on Saturday on Sunday afternoon, and here this over here. Just you click on the schedule. It's just I work hard on these schedules. I just put a new one on there. That's the old one. I can't get my printer working.
All right.
You're on the new one on the website. If you go on the website, you'll see yours. Monocles. She talks about all kinds of crazy things like healing crystals and Reiki healing and yoga and yogurt together. Doing yoga while wearing yogurt.
She's an ex-Miami senior high graduate. I graduated from Miami High in '89.
She goes to the nude beach a lot.
Oh, does she really?
Yeah. I
Which
just
one?
wanted to say something interesting. Hollover. You can see her there all the time, and I mean see her.
That's where we.
Yeah.
That's where we.
Yeah.
That's where we work.
You hanging out at Hollover?
We work a little south of Hollover Park.
Well, you go to Hollover on any given day, and there she is.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, we work. This is just not our only job, but we have jobs.
Yeah, we all have lots of crazy jobs.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, before we take off and, I don't know, I guess watch the ending of this game, local establishment, we went somewhere last week, and it was a good place. Anything you guys want to just go on? Want to go on another rant, Kyle, or you want to
No,
just...
I'm ranting out for tonight. It's 6-6, Atlanta, Dallas half.
Are you sure you're giving the right
I'm
score
positive.
here?
I just got it at the buzzer. I promise. That's a fact.
What's the score again?
6-6.
6 to
It's
6.
6 to 6, and it's on Channel 6.
And I have
Coincidence?
I have Atlanta in my suicide pool, so hopefully. What's the
Everybody's one suicide.
Ooh, better yet on the 6th.
what's the grand prize for the
$520.
$520
Yeah.
for the suicide pool? Okay.
And get out and vote on the 6th.
Vote on the 6th.
How about that?
There you go.
Cover it up with 6.
Do your research. We're not gonna recommend who to vote for, but do your research and go on and vote. So, anything else, gentlemen? Joe Buck wearing the pink headphones and his Colts hat and his Colt shirt. Kyle's wearing his New England Patriots championship 2011 shirt here, and I'm
It's
wearing
conference
my
champions. You know I rep regardless. We'll be there.
Chicago Bulls. Derrick Rose, we want you back.
And Duck Bears.
So, anything else, gentlemen? George?
Everybody be safe, man.
Oh, I could just talk all day long. Don't give me a microphone.
How many minutes we got left? 'Cause I ran out.
Five.
I ran out of information.
5.
5 minutes?
I
Okay.
don't believe you. I don't believe you guys.
Let's
run
see.
out
Let's
of
look-
it.
let's look at my notes.
Talking before the show. You're just talking.
Let me look at my notes.
Save it for the air.
These were the topics. With the marathon canceled, we talked about that. We recapped week 9 of the NFL, the hiring of Mike Redmond. We talked about Canes and Notre Dame. We talked about the Miami Heat 2-1 start.
Womp womp.
And then we also talked about why, if you're over 40, you shouldn't be joining a gym. What other gyms are there? There's Bally's, there's LA Fitness. What's the other ones?
Home gym.
Home gym?
Starring me, yep. Gym at my house.
No, I'm talking about the gyms that are out there on the streets.
I have no idea.
I just know LA Fitness.
Bally's and LA Fitness are probably the
Bally's.
most popular one, right? LA Fitness has a full court basketball
Yeah.
court in there.
Full of scrubs.
Probably.
We should join the gym just to go ball.
Probably. We're thinking about playing basketball every Thursday.
I'm with it.
George, you playing any basketball?
Can I
No,
run?
I'm so short. I roller skate. And rollerblade and skateboard and things on wheels. I have to put wheels on my feet, man.
Speaking of rollerblading, I used to when I was a kid. I used to
Used to
watch
play
in
volleyball.
Chicago. Are those fights for real when the girls go around and they fight?
No, well, no, but there's real, because I'm friends with the roller derby team now. The roller derby that's going on right now, the flat track roller derby, is real, and they don't really fight like that. That all was.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? Back in the days when they used to fight, it used to be like
stage.
it was like wrestling.
Stage, like wrestling, exactly.
So they don't fight.
No.
Nowadays.
No, just off court. I mean, off the track they fight because it's like 80% lesbian. And should I continue? There's a lot of drama. I mean, I don't know how many. Every time any group has drama. You could have a model airplane group, a bird watching group. There's always going to be drama. Oh, she thinks she knows so much about birds and stuff. So you have a bunch of women who they got together because running into each other at high speed is fun for them. And so they're always competing against each other on and off the track because just like like guys are very competitive. Well, these girls are very competitive, and they're all hot for each other. So they're all fighting over each other all the time, and there's just hair pulling and fights and bites and people
Where can
wonder
we
why I
watch
hang out
this?
with them.
Is there a station on
the
TV or
the Derby? The Derby, they usually have it at War Memorial Auditorium. They rotate around. Sometimes they have it, they practice at Kabooms, but they try to find different venues and everything. And the off-track drama is usually over here at Boston Johnny's, where I sent you the other night, when they're there or here or wherever they're partying and drinking.
Now, are the skates are they like
Quads, like regular roller rink quads.
They're not
with
like
toe
the old
stops.
school ones, the
The
4
old
wheels.
school 4 wheels. That's it. That's
with
quads.
the knob in the
With
middle.
the
to go, when you
toe
go
stop
like that,
in the middle.
Stop.
Yeah, right.
I used to have those.
Yeah, the toe stopper.
Yeah, whatever it's called. Yeah.
Because you have to turn around and stop and start like really fast. We should all go skating so I can show off. Do a lot of crazy.
You good?
things. Yeah, I'm very good actually.
There you go. See, we talk sports here.
I'm
We're
not
talking
at
roller
all.
skating, roller derby.
See?
What do you want to call it?
All of it, because I think it's hot. I mean, I got into it because I like to watch girls and I like to skate and ta-da.
So they don't use the modern skates with the
rollerblades.
Yeah, the rollerblades.
No. It's quads, and I'm not sure why they choose to do derby and quads, but it's exclusively quad speed skates, which is like no boot. It's like a shoe. It's a skate shoe, very low. But that's what they use, and the refs are running around on blades. Those who prefer, and by blades I mean inline skates. Rollerblades a brand. They're but all the girls are on quads with toe stops.
Can we bet on these games, or is there like
You
a
bet.
line or something
You bet.
like that?
I don't know if there's a line, or we should create one.
We could do that.
We could do that.
Well, handicap roller
Absolutely.
derby.
Can
Is that
handicap
the
roller
proper
derby?
terminology?
They're-
Roller derby.
It is right, roller derby.
Okay,
and they're not called matches. They're called bouts because it's like a fight. Yeah.
A roller derby bout. How long does these last?
There are. It depends on how long they have, but there's usually 2 periods. And like a halftime. They started out. They changed the rules. There were 3. It was more like hockey, but they wanted to pack more games into a night, so they just have 2 periods like a halftime. But they still call them periods instead of half because traditionally there were 3. So an evening, you'll show up at 6 or 7, and they usually have 2 bouts going on, and you're out of there by like 9. And then there's the after party, which is the whole point. Then you get to dance with the sweaty derby girls.
Nice.
Which, yeah, it is nice.
All right, we got 30 seconds left here, George.
Oh, I should have been playing some out music, so you distracted me over here. I got some.
There you go. But all right, thanks for hopping along, guys. All our fans out there, all the SoFlo Radio fans out there.
All 8 viewers. Next time we're going to double up. I like that.
16
I see we got 8 today.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 views.
All right, so like I said, tune in or log on Tuesday from 7 to 9. SoFloRadio.com. I'm John Etch.
Kyle Jones.
Joe Buck.
George Rodriguez, producing the show.
Ivan Bad.
SoFloRadio.com and SoFloTelevision.com.